It's the house that Patrick Mahomes built, home of the Whitehouse Wildcats, and here's our backdrop for our Week 5 edition of Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network. Good evening, everybody. An opening district matchup here in the heart of East Texas as the Nacogdoches Dragons, led by head coach Darby House, sitting at a current record of 2-2, traveled up the wayside to take on the Whitehouse Wildcats, led by third-year head coach Kyle Westerberg, currently sitting at a record of 3-1. We have our East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff. We'll have an opportunity to look at some of the local games that we'll be keeping an eye on throughout the night. And we'll have our Pelche Kia game preview. We'll look at a quick tell of the tape of both of these ball clubs as we prepare for kickoff. It's the Wildcats and the Dragons. Back after this 3-minute timeout. This is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, brought to you by Pelche Kia, where tough never quits.
At Tinsley Title, we're more than just a title company. We're your partners in securing your real estate dreams. Right in the heart of downtown Athens, our dedicated team guides you through every step of the title process. When you've found your dream home and you're ready to take the next step, that's where we come in. We've helped countless in Henderson County and surrounding areas, and we treat every single one of them like family. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a first-time buyer, your trust is our commitment. We're Tinsley Title, your partner every step of the way.
Drawing up the perfect insurance plan can seem like a daunting task in this financial climate. Tackle the task with Mike Munn State Farm Insurance. We have a triple threat of home, auto, and life insurance policies to fit any budget. You can even cover your furry friends with pet insurance. Call 903-561-4535 or visit MikeMunn.net to get started on a free quote. 903-561-4535 to get started on a free quote.
Hello, I'm Mike Munn with Mike Munn State Farm, where I've been your local agent since 1980.
Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply offers a complete approach to health and healing, providing prescriptions and medical supplies from one team who understands you and your lifestyle needs. Professional, friendly service, providing the best care possible. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply introduces the U-Step Laser Walker, providing Parkinson patients new freedom. A laser line visually prompts each step, so you walk normally and stay in control, preventing rollaways. Now available at Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply.
My name is Nathan LeMaster. I'm from Tyler, Texas, and here I have the Pill Puncher. This device, ladies and gentlemen, will help you get into pill packages very easily, sanitarily, and effectively. All you got to do is take the point, puncture the back, right there. Take the device, put it over the pill, like so, push it down, drops it into the reservoir, and there you go, folks. Why make this harder on yourselves? Save your fingers and get your Pill Puncher today.
Back here in the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff in the HTO broadcast booth. Now it's time to look at some area contests that we'll be keeping an eye on. Week 5 got to a pretty early start last night at Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium in Tyler, not too far from us here in the Whitehouse, as McKinney North continues their magical season and took down the Rising Lions of Tyler High by a score of 31-26. Staying in TISD, the other Tyler school, the Red Raiders of Tyler Legacy, will be taking on Mesquite. Forney and Lufkin will square off in another district opener. What many consider one of the biggest games of the week as the Lancaster Tigers take on the Longview Lobos. Staying in Longview, Pine Tree will be taking on Marshall. Jacksonville takes on Athens. Lindale and the Eagles take on the Henderson Lions. Palestine and Kilgore face off with two of the emerging teams in 4A in a District of Doom opening matchup. Brownsboro takes on Van. And the defending state champs and arguably The biggest dynasty in all of Texas high school football, the Carthage Bulldogs, head up to Panther Stadium to take on the undefeated for the first time in many, many years in the Bullard Panthers. Those are our area games to watch, brought to you by East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust. We'll take another 3-minute timeout, and we'll come back. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups for both of these ball clubs. It's Nacogdoches and Whitehouse homecoming night here at Wildcat Stadium. Back after this is the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff in Texas high school football on the Antler Sports Network, sponsored by Pell Shea Kia, where tough never quits.
At Tinsley Title, we're more than just a title company. We're your partners in securing your real estate dreams. Right in the heart of downtown Athens, our dedicated team guides you through every step of the title process. When you've found your dream home and you're ready to take the next step, that's where we come in. We've helped countless in Henderson County and surrounding areas, and we treat every single one of them like family. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a first-time buyer, your trust is our commitment. We're Tinsley Title, your partner every step of the way.
Drawing up the perfect insurance plan can seem like a daunting task in this financial climate. Tackle the task with Mike Munn State Farm Insurance. We have a triple threat of home, auto, and life insurance policies to fit any budget. You can even cover your furry friends with pet insurance. Call 903-561-4535 or visit MikeMunn.net to get started on a free quote. 903-561-4535 to get started on a free quote.
Hello, I'm Mike Munn with Mike Munn State Farm, where I've been your local agent since 1980.
Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply offers a complete approach to health and healing, providing prescriptions and medical supplies from one team who understands you and your lifestyle needs. Professional, friendly service, providing the best care possible. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply introduces the U-Step Laser Walker, providing Parkinson patients new freedom. A laser line visually prompts each step so you walk normally and stay in control, preventing rollaways. Now available at Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply.
My name is Nathan Lemaster. I'm from Tyler, Texas, and here I have the Pill Puncher. This device, ladies and gentlemen, will help you get into pill packages very easily, sanitarily, and effectively. All you got to do is take the point, puncture the back, right there. Take the device, put it over the pill, like so, push it down, drops it into the reservoir, and there you go, folks. Why make this harder on yourselves? Save your fingers and get your pill puncher today.
Homecoming action on the Antler Sports Network in the home of the Wildcats, as Whitehouse has already ran onto the field, and on the far side across from us here in the HDL broadcast booth, the Dragons of Nacogdoches are ready. Before we get to our starting lineups, let's look at the paths both of these two teams have gotten to get here. Of course, this is the 5A Division I Region 2 District 8 opener for the 2023-24 season. The Nacogdoches Dragons, led by head coach Darby House, currently sitting with a record of 2-2. Had a big-time win against Palestine, then went on to fall to Lufkin at SFA, a game that was also broadcasted on the Antler Sports Network, but bounced back against Houston area Lumberton for the 34-20 victory. A loss to top-ranked Chapel Hill the previous week, and that leads them here. Nacogdoches' next contest after this, after they go through the Wildcats, will be against the Pirates of Pine Tree. Fun fact about the city of Nacogdoches: not only is it one of the oldest cities in the state of Texas, also considered the gateway to Texas, but Nacogdoches was initially settled back in 800 AD. How's that for a fun fact? And they're also the alma mater of MLS Seattle Sounders legend Clint Dempsey. Now let's take a look at their opponents, the Whitehouse Wildcats, led by head coach Kyle Westerberg, also representing 5A Division I Region 3 District 8. Currently sitting at a record of 3-1. They had their opening contest against North Forney, a 55-33 loss, and then rattled off 3 straight wins against Jacksonville, Corsicana, and Henderson, respectively. After this game, they'll have an off week, but on the 6th of October, they'll be traveling to Pirate Stadium to take on Pine Tree. Whitehouse, a very storied program, of course, the alma mater of Patrick Mahomes, but the city of Whitehouse, fun fact, 2015 was their last losing season. A culture of consistency indeed. They've had the Dragons number over almost the past 20 years. They're 12-7 against the Dragons since 2004. And they're looking to continue that now. As the national anthem plays, we'll push the starting lineups until game time. We'll take one more 3-minute timeout, and it's time for kickoff. Back after this is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, brought to you by Pell Shade Kia, where tough never quits.
At Tinsley Title, we're more than just a title company. We're your partners in securing your real estate dreams. Right in the heart of downtown Athens, our dedicated team guides you through every step of the title process. When you've found your dream home and you're ready to take the next step, that's where we come in. We've helped countless in Henderson County and surrounding areas, and we treat every single one of them like family. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a first-time buyer, your trust is our commitment. We're Tinsley Title, your partner every step of the way.
Drawing up the perfect insurance plan can seem like a daunting task in this financial climate. Tackle the task with Mike Munn State Farm Insurance. We have a triple threat of home, auto, and life insurance policies to fit any budget. You can even cover your furry friends with pet insurance. Call 903-561-4535 or visit MikeMunn.net to get started on a free quote. 903-561-4535 to get started on a free quote.
Hello, I'm Mike Munn with Mike Munn State Farm, where I've been your local agent since 1980.
Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply offers a complete approach to health and healing, providing prescriptions and medical supplies from one team who understands you and your lifestyle needs. Professional friendly service, providing the best care possible. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply introduces the U-Step Laser Walker, providing Parkinson patients new freedom. A laser line visually prompts each step, so you walk normally and stay in control, preventing rollaways. Now available at Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply.
My name is Nathan Lemaster. I'm from Tyler, Texas, and here I have the Pill Puncher. This device, ladies and gentlemen, will help you get into pill packages very easily, sanitarily, and effectively. All you got to do is take the point, puncture the back, right there. Take the device, put it over the pill, like so, push it down, drops it into the reservoir, and there you go, folks. Why make this harder on yourselves? Save your fingers and get your pill puncher today.
After the coin toss, both teams are on the field and ready to go. Nacogdoches is going to kick things off. Doing the honors for the Dragons is going to be number 16, Victor Martinez, the junior. He leads his Dragons in the slickest snot, all-white uniforms. White hats, white tops, white bottoms, gold and black piping across the shoulders, black numerals along the front and back, and gold lettering. Martinez sends it away. Line drive kick, not a lot of distance. Takes a hit at about the 5 and bounces out of bounds at around the 2. And Whitehouse will take over on offense after the penalty. Let's introduce our starting lineups for the home team on offense, the Whitehouse Wildcats, led by quarterback Josh Green, Backfield tandem with Jaron Williams, tight end Hudson Barron. Receiving core is Braylon Jackson, Lane Hooker, and Ivan Lacey. The offensive lineman Dylan Acker at left tackle, DeBraylon McDonald at left guard, Chris Willie doing the snapping at center, right guard is Kyron McCullough, and right tackle is Jonathan Bush. We'll introduce the starting defense for the Dragons in a moment, but now we have 1st and 10. Ball starting off at the 30-yard line for the Wildcats. Here's a handoff up the middle, pretty much getting absolutely nowhere, but instead a couple of yards after initial contact was made by Williams, and that'll make it 2nd down and around 7 on the first offensive snap of the game. This first quarter brought to you by East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust, and proud longtime sponsors of the Antler Sports Network. 11:37, ball on the 32-yard line. Man in motion. In the gun is Green. Green takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Williams yet again. Williams bounces off a tackle, but a swarm of Dragons taking him down after the gain of around 3. On the hit for the Dragons is going to be Andrew Rogers, the defensive lineman, the senior on the hit. Now that's going to make it about a 3rd and 5, barring the official spot. Ball after the carry is on the 35-yard line. 11 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. One receiver on the short side of the field, 2 receivers on the far side with 1 in the slot. Nacogdoches looking to send the heat now. Quick check on the sideline for the quarterback, Josh Green, the 6'1", 195-pound senior, the signal caller for the Wildcats. Takes a snap, looking, rolls out to his left, hits the man in the flat, but it's incomplete pass intended for Williams. Just couldn't haul it in, and that'll bring out a quick 4 and out for the Nacogdoches defense. Great job there crossing their T's and dotting their I's. And it looks like we're going to have to wait a couple more moments before we introduce the Nacogdoches defense because they just forced a great stop to open up the game. 10:51 remaining now. Back to receive the punt for the Whitehouse Wildcats is going to be Bo Benson. Benson takes a couple steps to his right, puts his leg into it, line drive kick, takes a roll at the 35, still rolling, goes back and gets maybe one more extra yard, and Nacogdoches will take their first offensive possession. And speaking of the Dragon offense, let's meet them, shall we? For the Dragons, led by head coach Darby House, Mikael Lockett, the quarterback, his backfield buddy is James Williams. Other running back is Jalen Brown. Receiving core is L.J. Leadon, Quinn Calhoun, and also a receiver. And the final receiver is number 4, the senior Ty Williams. Offensive lineman is Brian Grandados, number 77 at left tackle. Leon Vengas, the left guard. Chris Ainsworth, the senior center. Right guard is Marquise Caraway. And the right tackle is Quentin Lacey. Both teams coming off the field now. Might have been a flag along that far side as the officials talked to Coach House and company. And now the couple of officials are convening over at the 40-yard line. And let's get the call. Couldn't get the referee mic to work, but it was a roughing the kicker penalty. Interesting call there, and that'll move the chains and make it an automatic first down for Whitehouse. And while we have this moment, we'd like to thank our supporters of our pregame meal today, New York Pizza and Pasta in Tyler along Broadway Avenue, just 500 feet away from Bergfield Park. After the penalty, first down and 10 now for the Wildcats. Green takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking over to his left, winds up, gets hit as he throws. Pass is almost intercepted, but no dice. Big time opportunity there for Nacogdoches, but thankfully they can at least force the incompletion. In his hand on the football was Reginald Fleming. If you remember, Fleming was a big time part of that Nacogdoches secondary against that Lufkin offensive attack a couple of weeks ago on that previous broadcast. After the incompletion, that brings up second down and 10. 10:39 remaining in quarter number 1. Ball still on the 40 after the penalty. Green back in the gun. Man in motion for Whitehouse is Braylon Jackson. He moves over as a slot receiver. Green takes a snap. Now looking right. Tucks and runs. Rolls out to his left. Gets to the hashes. Strikes across the side, and he's got it. Pass is going to be complete in the flat. So the receiver, Lane Hooker, gets his first reception. A pretty solid game there, but it's still going to be third down. A very manageable third down, however. Quick rush to the line of scrimmage for the Wildcats. They hand it up the middle, and Nacogdoches stuffs them at the line of scrimmage, but not before they gain 1. Nacogdoches holds firm yet again in the trenches, and that's one big thing that many teams aren't really able to keep up with. Deep East Texas is known for having size and athleticism. Nacogdoches is the embodiment of it. After the stop, it's going to be 4th down as play gets stopped after the gain of 1. As of right now, it's looking like 4th and 4. And Benson ready for technically his second punt of the game. It seems like the officials are having an issue with their field level microphones. Still waiting and looking. Still sitting at 4th and 4. The official trots back to about the 35-yard line. No flag seen, but there is no actual. No flag or infraction called on the previous player. Maybe not. Now the officials going to the other sideline. So far, we've seen the officials track more yards than the actual players. This head official is definitely getting his steps in for the evening with 9:25 remaining in the first quarter. Looking over to his left yet again, looks in his pocket. Still looks like he's having trouble with that microphone. Now he's at the 35-yard line. I guess if we can't.
The game clock did not properly run on the previous 2 plays. The game clock will be set to 9 minutes and 45 seconds. It will start on my signal.
All right, well, how about that? The game clock pretty much non-existent for the previous 2 plays, and now clock rolls. 9:41. Benson takes the punt. Plenty of height. Takes a bounce right out of bounds at almost the 21-yard line, and that's where the Dragons will take over 1st and 10. Let's try this again, shall we? Nacogdoches looking to take their official first offensive drive. Multiple Swiss Army knives, as I like to call them, on this Nacogdoches offense. Lockett over at quarterback and Jalen Brown, the running back, receiver, linebacker, probably a janitor for the locker room. This kid does it all. Sitting at 6'4", 185-pound senior. A man of many hats, to say the least. After the punt, it's 1st down and 10 for the Dragons. Just a hair under 9.5 minutes remaining. Ball's on the 46. Has her handoff right up the middle. Gets hit, but eventually drags a couple of Wildcats with him. Williams on the carry. The hit made by the Wildcats number 52, Marcus Franklin. Franklin gets his first tackle of the game. Williams on the gain. I call it about 4. Now check that. They're only going to give him 2. Going to make it 2nd down and 8. The Dragons back in the gun. Lockett takes a shotgun snap, immediately looks to his left. 50-50 ball down the sideline is almost hauled in, incomplete. Pass was intended for Brown. Brown might have had a little bit of contact, but not too much, at least for the officials to throw the flag. In coverage for the Wildcats was Mark Torres. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 after the incompletion. 9 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Thought it'd be a lot less time left on the clock, but for 2 plays ago and for 2 plays in the previous drive, the game clock did not run. But everything seems to be fine and working here. Lock into the gun, Williams, the only back. Now the Dragons looking to their sideline to make an offensive play call. Now Williams moves out as a possible receiver. Lockett with an empty backfield. Takes a snap. It's going to be a draw. Gets up the middle. He has space. Breaks 1 tackle, but can't break the second one as a possible 1st down saving tackle is made by the Wildcats number 20, Jordan Brandon, the 6'5", 135-pound defensive back, the junior, keeping Lockett from moving the chains. That's going to be a short gain of about 4. That'll make it 4th down and 4. And the Nacogdoches offense is going to stay on the field. 4 receivers now, 1 back for Lockett. Whitehouse looking to send some extra pressure. 10 seconds now on the play clock. As Lockett gets a play call switch from the sideline. Single digits now, 5 seconds. Whitehouse looking to send the blitz yet again. Lockett takes a snap, looking out to his right. It's a quick wheel to the outside, and Williams has half space. At the 40, tried to get out of bounds. When he gets hit out of bounds, possible touchdown saving tackle by Gabe Stroud. One thing about Williams, you can't give him too much room. He turns 1 quarter, And that could possibly be 6, but either way, he will move the chains, and now the Dragons are knocking on the door of Wildcat territory. 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter as the clock continues to roll. Locking in the gun for receiver set yet again. It's a quick option. It's going to be a pitch to the outside. Immediately hit, but keeping his footing is going to be Matthews. Matthews gets hit, might have gained a yard or maybe a half a yard. Officials are going to say he got it back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll make it 2nd down and 10. No gain there on the carry from Matthews. The Dragons of Nacogdoches High School playing their 112th season of Texas high school football, one of the oldest, most storied programs in the entire state of Texas. Ball's on the 46-yard line. It's 2nd down and 10 after the no-gain run from Matthews. Lockett now in the gun. Man in motion is Leadon. Leadon takes the handoff, gets to the outside, gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll lose a couple. Not going to lose too many. He might have only lost 2 there, but the fantastic hit behind the line of scrimmage was made by Peyton Blackman. Blackman pretty much read the outside run pretty much like a picture book. Best way to describe that one. 6:37 and counting. After the loss, that'll make it 3rd down and 12. 3rd down and a country mile. 6.5 minutes now. Ball's on the 44. Checking into the game at receiver is Greer for the Dragons. Greer, one of the 5 receivers now for the Dragons with an empty backfield. 6:15 and counting. 2 on the play clock. 1, and it looks like Coach House and company might have gotten a timeout off, and they did. Nacogdoches, as the play clock wanes, will be forced to take their first time out, and we'll take it with them. We're scoreless here in the first quarter of play. 6:12 remaining in this one. Nacogdoches nothing, Whitehouse nothing. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back after this. This is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Pelche Kia Tyler. We're tough.
Everything. At Pelche Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
Back after the Nacogdoches timeout. Couldn't get the snap off in time. It's 6:12 remaining in the first quarter of play. Still scoreless here from Wildcat Stadium. Snap, turns to the outside, and he's got space at the 50, 45, 40, maybe one man to beat. Blows past him, still on his feet. At the 20, gets bumped out of bounds, and a big-time run from L.J. Leadon, leading the Dragon offense into the red zone. One thing about this Dragon team, as we've said last time when they played against Lufkin, if you give them the outside, that's pretty much giving them automatic great yardage as they'll move the chains as a 2nd and 12 gets turned into a 1st and 10 as now the Dragons are knocking on the door. Nacogdoches rushing back to the line of scrimmage. Now it's 1st down and 10. Ball is now on the 12. Looks like the play is stopped. Maybe a little bit of pre-snap movement here. That's exactly what it will be as a false start penalty is assessed against the Dragons. Spoke to Coach Darby House before the game, and ironically enough, that's exactly what he talked about when it came to defeating this Whitehouse team. The pre-snap penalties, the little mistakes against a team like Coach Westerberg and these Wildcats, you have to minimize them. Exhibit A here. After the penalty and the loss of 5, that'll make it 1st and 15. Still pretty good field position as we possibly have our first scoring opportunity of the game. Quick check to the sideline now for the Dragons. Empty backfield, 5 out wide. Lockett takes a snap, immediately looks to his right, has some pressure on him, and he gets thrown down, but thankfully holds on to the football as a tackle behind the line is made by Caden Mackey. Mackey wasted absolutely no time getting into the backfield, and now it seems the Nacogdoches might have to go back to the drawing board after that big-time loss, as Lockett definitely is an elusive quarterback. That much really doesn't have to be said, but you got to give the young man time to make something happen. 5:42 remaining in the first quarter of play. Here we go. Lockett has a man down the hashes. It's running the bucket into the end zone. Touchdown, Nacogdoches. We just talked about how you can't give Lockett too much time in the backfield, and that's exactly why as the Dragons strike first. A big-time strike, 30-yard touchdown pass. As we take another look at that one with our instant replay brought to you by Circle M Crawfish. Lockett immediately knew we had a man downfield. Just a simple pitch and catch right across the middle into the awaiting arms for a touchdown. And the PAT is up and good. We got us some fireworks here early on in the house that Mahomes built. The Dragons strike first. It's 7-0, 5:42 remaining. Back in 30 seconds, this is Texas High School football on the Antler Sports Network, brought to you by Pelche Kia, where tough never quits.
A circus is fun, but it's not something that you should have in your backyard. I'm thankful we chose Yosemite for our roof. It looks great. They did an amazing job. But I guess some people like the circus.
In a world filled with chaos and the unexpected, you can always count on Yosemite for your roofing needs. Isn't that right, Nancy?
After the big-time touchdown, the Dragons have started this game off right. Let's take another quick look at that Lockett touchdown throw. I can't think of too many words to describe it. Absolute perfection. Receiver had plenty of space to cross the hashes, and Lockett did the rest with a picture-perfect throw. After that touchdown, we got ourselves a bit of a ball game here, folks. It's 7-0 as Martinez and company look to kick things back off, and the Wildcats have another opportunity to respond. The Wildcats in their maroon tops, white bottoms, maroon helmets, white bottoms, and first time I've seen this in a while, black uniforms. As Martinez line drive kick might go into the end zone with a pretty good roll, and no, unlucky bounce there as it goes out of bounds at around the 4-yard line, and that'll make things just a tad bit easier for the Wildcats. Last time the Wildcats had the football, the Dragons defense forced a 4-and-out, and that 4-and-out was capped off by a big-time run for the Dragons, all set up for the lead-in pitch and catch from Lockett from 30 yards out to give us our 6-0 score. .5:18 now as Whitehouse gets their second offensive possession of the game. Man in motion, and it looks like a little too much motion there. Looks like it's going to be a pre-snap penalty possibly called against the Wildcats, and it is. False start. Second false start penalty of the game. This time, Whitehouse, the recipient of the penalty. Tomorrow afternoon, we have lunch with the Rams as the 13th-ranked Texas Wesleyan Rams will host the 23rd-ranked St. Thomas University Bobcats hailing from Miami Gardens, Florida. It's a ranked NAIA matchup tomorrow on the Antler Sports Network pregame at 11:30 Central. Big-time pressure there by the Nacogdoches defense, as once again, guess who's in the backfield? It's Andrew Rogers. Rogers was giving the Panthers a rough time early in that game for the Lufkin broadcast, and it seems that Josh Green and the rest of the Wildcat offense are getting the same treatment. It's second down and 15, 5:13 remaining in quarter number one. Ball is still on the 25-yard line. Man in motion for the Wildcats is the tight end and Barron. Green looking, gets mollywopped as he throws, hailing down the sideline, incomplete, as the pass was intended for Braylon Jackson. As Green really couldn't get the best throw off there. That's pressure yet again from the Nacogdoches defense. Halts the Wildcats yet again. This time on the pressure it was Braxton Jones. A lot of size and speed for this Nacogdoches defense. As now it's 3rd and 15 after the incompletion with 5:05 remaining in quarter number one. Green now with his only running back with him is Tyler Lacombe getting his first action of the ball game. Green takes a snap, rolls out to his left, winds up, lets it go downfield, and it's incomplete. Pass intended for Hooker, as Hooker couldn't hook that one in. Fantastic downfield coverage by the Dragons yet again. As we take another look at that one, Green rolling out and under a pretty good amount of pressure, but Hooker just couldn't haul it in, and now it's going to be yet another 4 and out for the Wildcats. Not a single yard gain on that previous drive. Only yardage to account for was that earlier false start penalty in the infant stages of the drive. High kick, plenty of distance. Ball's going to take a bounce at about the 30 and still rolling and gets out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. Pretty nice evening for some Texas high school football. There was a tad bit of rain expected in the forecast, but clear skies here in Whitehouse, Texas. A cool 85 degrees. Not too hot, not too cold, especially with some of the good old-fashioned Texas summer days that we've had. Now Nacogdoches will take the field once again. 4:49 remaining in quarter number 1. As it's 1st and 10 now for the Dragons. Last time they held the football, it was a 30-yard touchdown throw from Lockett to Leadon to give them the 7-0 lead. The Dragons have 2 timeouts, 10 seconds on the play clock. Ball's on the 21. Lockett surveying the field, awaiting the snap. He gets it. Bit of a low snap. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Gets initially hit, but is going to gain a yard, but is slammed back down. Initial Wildcat to get there was Hayden Ross. Ross, the linebacker, senior, 6'1", 200 pounds. And the officials will give him a gain of 1. That now makes it 2nd down and 9. Clock moves now as we pass the 4.5-minute mark. Scoreboard reading 2nd and 10, but the chains downfield are reading 2nd and 9. Man in motion, Lockett has her back to his right. Now gets a quick check on the sideline, and now Williams will switch to the other side of Lockett. Lockett's going to hand it off to Williams. Williams cuts, turns out to his right, gets along the hashes, might have gotten a couple yards. And now Whitehouse, it seems like they've keyed in on the run game. That gain of 2 was going to make it 3rd and 7. 3:47, ironically, and counting remaining in quarter number 1. 27 seconds on the play clock. The last time the Dragons were a sub-500 ball club was back in 2014. 3.5 minutes remaining now. 3 receivers, 1 on the slot at the top of your screen for the Dragons. Lockett takes a snap and a whistle is blown. Another possible false start penalty, and that's what it will be as the head linesman signals from the Whitehouse sideline. And the false start woes continue, and the bug this time biting the Dragons. That 5-yard penalty is going to make it 3rd and 13. Check that, make it 3rd down and 11. Now the Dragon offense will go back to work. Empty backfield yet again for Lockett. Lockett takes a shotgun snap. It's going to be a draw yet again. Lockett turns upfield, had a bit of a block, but it's going to have to settle for a gain of 7. And now it's going to be decision time for the Dragons. 4th down and 4. It seems like the punting unit will come out for Nacogdoches. 2:50 remaining as the Whitehouse defense holds firm, and barring the location of the punt, we'll get some pretty good field position for their next offensive drive. Gabe Stroud, the 5'11", 177-pound senior, back deep for the Wildcats as he steps back and trots with his back to the 40-yard line. Martinez takes a snap, sidewinds the kick. Pretty good distance, takes a really good Nacogdoches bounce, and this thing might get inside the 20. It's still going, knocks on the door of the 15, and still rolling, and it's going to be downed at around the 13-yard line. Fantastic kick to pin the Wildcats back. And Nacogdoches' defense now, with the stride that they've started to get on so far, have to be licking their chops as the Wildcat offense trots back onto the field. Both of these ball clubs' next game will be against the Pirates of Pine Tree. Nacogdoches will play them next week at Dragon Stadium. And then the week after that, Whitehouse will be traveling to Pirate Stadium to take on the Pirates. As now the shotgun snap and the handoff might not get very many yards. That's going to be a gain of 3 by Williams. And it seems like both teams now hunkering down in the trenches. Now it's going to be second down and about 7 to go. Green back in the gun. Looking, trying to catch the Dragons off guard, but no dice. Lacombe is back in at running back, sending to Green's left. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking. Throws a 50-50 ball upfield, but too much mustard. Pass was intended for Ivan Lacey. As now that brings up a quick third down. This is the position you want if you're the Nacogdoches defense. You have the speed, you have the size. Now you have to try to use that size to, in a way, intimidate the offense to make quick decisions. And now another quick 3 and out for the Wildcats with 1.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play. 20 seconds on the play clock now. Big third down for both of these teams. Green in the gun, takes a snap, looking to his left, winds up, lets it throw, and it's caught, but is immediately crammed at about the 25-yard line. But a great job by Hooker to haul it in and move the chains as the clock will momentarily stop for this upcoming first down. The Wildcats rushing back to the line, wasting no time. Green takes a snap. It's a flag thrown. It's a handoff. Lacombe looking, gets a couple of yards, might have gained 3. And a flag will be called, most likely, against the Dragons. Whitehouse immediately pretty much wasted no time to get back to the line. Nacogdoches was still reeling to get back to the line of scrimmage. Offside penalty called against the Dragons, and it will remain first down. Now a bit easier first down. Result of the penalty is going to make it first down and 5. Minute 19 left to go in the first quarter of play. Man in motion for the Wildcats. Green takes a snap, hand off to Lacombe. Lacombe looks, breaks a tackle, and he'll move with the chains yet again. That gain for Lacombe is going to be good for around 8, and now the Wildcat offense is moving with a purpose. Quick snap. Handoff to Lacombe again. Lacombe breaks a couple tackles, gets a big-time push by Barron, as that's going to be a gain of around 4, make it second down and 6 for Lacombe. Green snaps, fakes the handoff to Lacombe, looking to his right. Head fakes, looks, takes a big-time hit, but not before he gains 2. Green so far has not been afraid to get out of the pocket and make something happen with his legs, but the Dragons have been with him every step of the way. Result of the play is going to be third down and 5. Another big-time third down. The Wildcats converted on their last third down opportunity. Here's Green, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, he's going to keep it himself. Turns to the outside, bounces off a tackle, but the Dragons are there after the gain of 1. Initial hit was made by the Dragons, number 32, Landon Sherrard. Fourth down and 4 after the gain of 1 by Green. And that will end the first quarter of play. It's been an offense-heavy game so far, but Nacogdoches has the side advantage after 1. It's 7-0. Back after this. This is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Pelche Kia Tyler, where tough never quits.
Give it everything. At Pelche Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
After the timeout, both teams taking a quick opportunity to freshen up, and you can refresh at any time with our great partners over at HTO, home of 27 freshly brewed flavors of teas and drinks to please any palate. Check them out for happy hour every weekday from 2 to 4. Across the street from Tyler Junior College, HTO, your hometown drink stop. A lot of games across East Texas still in the first quarter, and let's look at some of those East Texas scores with our very own Hunter Taylor. Hunter, what do you got?
So right now we have Texarkana playing Hallsville. Texarkana is up 6-0 still in the first. We have Longview and Lancaster, another 5A school. Lancaster up 14-7 in Longview. And then we have Tyler Legacy playing Mesquite in Mesquite. Tyler up 10-7.
Of course, the rest of these big-time district games, the Pine Tree and Marshall. Pine Tree, the Pirates holding the 7-3 advantage over the Mavs. And one of another big-time games, ironically, Nacogdoches' arch rival and the Lufkin Panthers currently down to the Jackrabbits of Forney by a score of 7-0. Thank you, Hunter. We'll check back with him throughout the game to get some other East Texas scores as the Friday night lights continue to shine. After one, both teams seem to be back on the field and ready. Wildcats currently staring down the barrel of a 4th down as the Dragons have used one of their timeouts already earlier in the quarter. Nacogdoches sitting at 2-2. Their 2 slip-ups coming up against Lufkin on the Antler Sports Network and against the number 1 team in the state of the Chapel Hill Bulldogs. But their 2 victories against a surging Palestine team, 40-36, and against Houston area Lumberton by a score of 34-20. The Wildcats, their opponents for this evening, they're sitting at 3-1, one of their best starts in a very long time. Even though they've dropped their last 2 district openers, looking to change that as the scoreboard has shut off on the far right side. And while they fix that, let's take another 30-second timeout. Back after this. This is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, brought to you by Pelche Kia. Work tough, never quits.
A circus is fun, but it's not something that you should have in your backyard. I'm thankful we chose Yosemite for our roof. It looks great. They did an amazing job. But I guess some people like the circus.
In a world filled with chaos and the unexpected, you can always count on Yosemite for your roofing needs. Isn't that right, Nancy?
Scoreboard seems to be back on. Everything seems to be good to go. Fresh 12 minutes are on the clock to our right here at Wildcat Stadium. The home that Patrick Mahomes built. Both teams seem to be trotting back onto the field and hopefully we're ready to get things back going. I bet both coaches and teams appreciate the extra long timeout. We got football to play, ladies and gentlemen. It's 7-0 Nacogdoches with this advantage here after 12 minutes of play. It's 4th down and 4 for the Wildcats, knocking on the door of Dragon territory. Green in the backfield with 2 backs and 2 receivers. He's going to keep it himself, stutter stepping, looking, pushes off, turns to the outside, and he gets a little bit of a yardage, but he definitely got enough to cross the 1st down line to gain. After that gain of 8, that'll be a fresh set of downs for the Wildcats. And I guess that time gave head coach Kyle Westerberg to cook up a 1st down play, and Green able to do it himself yet again. Lacombe back in. Now this time it's a new quarterback. It is Lacombe taking the direct snap, turning, and he gets brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. Hit there for the big-time loss is going to be Braxton Jones, the senior linebacker. Jones, yet again, one of those cats that we mentioned back during the Lufkin broadcast that definitely is a big asset to this Nacogdoches defense. After the TFL, it's 2nd down and Highway 155 to go. 11-11 left to go in the first half of play. 2nd down and 20 for the Wildcats. It's a handoff to Lacombe. Lacombe's not going to get very far. It's going to be a gain of about 6, making it 3rd down and 14 to go. Pretty difficult 3rd down, but so far the Wildcats have been consistent on 3rd down. Let's see if they can continue that here with this play. 10:44 remaining in the first, 24 seconds on the play clock. Green takes a snap, side throw, it's hauled in. Miraculous catch, but it isn't going to be enough. That gain of about 11 was hauled in by Braylon Jackson as multiple Dragons were there to greet him after the completion. But now it's time for the Nacogdoches defense to hold firm. It's 4th and 3. Shotgun snap, faking the handoff. Green takes it, gets tripped up, but he's got space. At the 30, makes a man miss, but eventually gets wrapped up, knocking on the door of the red zone. Green gets tackled. The game-saving tackle made by Tyron Matthews. And as the horns sound off with 10 minutes remaining, The Wildcats rushing back to the line. Hand off to LaCrombie, and the Dragons are there waiting, but not before LaCrombie can get a solid gain of about 5. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 after the run, and it seems that we have an injured Wildcat on the field. And as the Wildcat gets attended to, we'll take a short timeout. Back in 30 seconds, this is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network. Brought to you by Pelche Kia.
Thank you.
After the injury, the injured Wildcat able to be helped off the field, and both teams able to get a quick refresh here as the Wildcats offense continues to roll. And after the officials' timeout, it's 2nd down and 5. 9:40 and counting remaining in the first half of play. Green takes a shotgun snap. It's a handoff to LaCrombie. He jukes to his left, but gets Alligator rolled after gaining 2. Tackle made yet again by the Dragons. Guess who? It's Braxton Jones. Jones already has his 2nd tackle of the game. After the gain of 2, it's 3rd down and 3. Ball's on the 14. 9:18 remaining in this one. Quick check to the sideline from Green. They get the play call. Quick adjustment. Lacombe out to now to Green's left. Fakes the handoff. Green fire across the end zone. Touchdown, Whitehouse. 14-yard touchdown catch is hauled in by Hooker. Check that. That's Braylon Jackson on the touchdown play. As the Wildcats hit the scoreboard, as now it looks like, well, they're going to try to go for 2, and no, looks like they're going to go for the good old-fashioned PAT. As the fight song blares right in front of the Wildcat offense, awaiting the hold for Whitehouse is Benson. Benson, the kick, the hole, plenty of leg, it's over the band, and it's good. And after the PAT, let's take another look at that touchdown, as now we're all knotted up at 7. 7-all, Nacogdoches and Whitehouse back after this. Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network continues after this time.
Give it everything. At Pelche Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
So the Wildcats strike back. It's now knotted up at 7 with 9:06 left to go. As both teams get ready to get back on the field for kickoff, we have another East Texas score update brought to you by our own Hunter Taylor. Hunter, what do you got for us?
Most scores have stayed the same. Right now we have a dogfight going on between Longview, who just scored 14 in about half a quarter, coming up against Lancaster, tied 14-14. Tyler Legacy, Tyler taking the lead over Mesquite. It's still 10-7.
Thank you, Hunter. We'll once again come back to you in a couple of moments as these East Texas games continue to roll. Benson looking to do the honors. Ball is hit up at the 40-yard line. And we're ready to go yet again. Nacogdoches has another opportunity to strike back. Kickoff from Benson, not a lot of distance, not a lot of height, hauled in at about the 23-yard line. The Dragons with an opportunity, spinning off of it after catching the kickoff is going to be Calhoun, as Calhoun gets amazing field position after the kick to bring up 1st down and 10, knocking on the door of Whitehouse territory. The Dragons, as alluded to earlier, playing their 112th season of Texas high school football with 8:58 left to go, but didn't play a season in 1918 as their season was canceled by World War I. Ball's now on the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Lockett takes a snap. It's a handoff to Williams. Williams methodically goes across his offensive line and is going to gain about 2, making it 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Clock rolls, 8:40 remaining in the first quarter of play. That's a quick substitution now for the Dragons. A new receiver trotting onto the field. That receiver being Jalen Brown, one of the most electric players in East Texas. A man that can absolutely do it all on both sides of the football. Locking in the gun, taking the high second down and long snap. Going to be a pitch and catch out to Williams in the flat. Williams, big time juke move, gets across midfield at half space. Tries to stiff arm, but eventually gets brought down by Stroud as Williams and that strength strikes yet again, and his elusiveness strikes yet again. As we take another look at that run, Lockett patiently waiting for Williams to get open, and as you can see, it definitely pays off as the sidestep and the stiff arm gets him a fantastic gain. Switching fields now. Gain of 14 is going to make it first down and 10. Here's the snap. It's going to be a keeper now for Lockett. Lockett breaking off, has some space, but gets brought down after gaining exactly 10, and that'll be a first down yet again as the Wildcats tackle was made by Mark Torres. Torres with his first tackle of the game. And of course, that'll move the chains. 8:06 left to go in this one. And the Dragons offense continuing to do how they put up so many points throughout this season, punching teams right in the mouth early on. Ball is on the 27-yard line as the formation gets flipped for the Dragons. Two receivers on the short side of the formation, one in the slot. Brown on the move in motion. Lockett takes a snap, looking to his left, now rolls out to his left. Flag thrown, has a man across the middle, breaks off into the 2-1 touchdown, but there is a flag back at around the 30. Could be a possible hold, and it is. A touchdown will not stand as the camaraderie gets immediately halted with 7.5 left to go. And that definitely has to take the wind out of your sails if you're the Nacogdoches offense. You found a big-time play, which would have been 6, but instead you have to bring things back after a hold, and that penalty will make it first down and now 20. 7.5 minutes remaining. Ball's on the 37-yard line. Williams V-cuts now is going to line up as a receiver on the short side of the field. Lockett, empty backfield. Trying to catch the Wildcats off guard will not work. I don't think it's worked for either team so far tonight. Lockett takes a snap, rolls out to his right and has space, pump fakes, tries to get out of bounds, takes a big-time hit and gets another couple of yards. That gain of 7 for Lockett is going to make it second down and long. Tackle is going to be made by Sean Rios. Rios with his second tackle of the contest. Second down and 13 after the Lockett keeper with 7 minutes remaining. Same formation as the previous play for the Dragons. Pre-snap penalty there. Going to be a false start called against the Dragons. That'll be their second false start penalty called against them tonight.
False start, offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
And instead of dealing with a second and 13, going to have to deal with a second and 18 with 6:56 remaining in the first half of play. Clock now instructed to roll. 20 seconds remaining on the play clock. Williams back in at running back. Lockett in the gun awaits. Williams moves now to Lockett's left. Stacked receivers at the top of your screen. Laser snap. Lockett looking to his left. Still looking. Winds up. Big time throw across the middle. Picked off. No! It's dropped. A possible interception right in the hands of Torres. Could have been possibly a little miscommunication there from Lockett to his intended target. Torres couldn't haul it in. Had a golden opportunity. Just couldn't bring in the pick. And Nacogdoches and the Dragons exhale with a huge sigh of relief, now facing 3rd and 18. Score still knotted at 7. 6 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The The Dragons have 2 timeouts. The Wildcats have all 3 of theirs. Empty backfield for Lockett. Lockett, one-on-one, deep throw. No, incomplete. Batted down by Stroud. Trying to get a number on who that pass was intended for to that far side, but either way, that's going to be 4th down and a long 4th down and an awkward 4th down for the Dragons. Pass was intended for Leadon, I believe, as he still hasn't turned around to show us his shirt number. No, check that. That was Jalen Brown, the intended target. Brown looked like he possibly had an opportunity to haul that one in, but Gabe Stroud there just in time to bat it away. An even better job not getting a flag call there. As it looks like Coach House and company will take a timeout and talk things over. That's our second charge timeout, and we'll take it with them. Back in 30 seconds, we're knotted up at 7, 6:21 remaining. This is Texas High School football on the Antler Sports Network.
Give it everything. At Pelshey Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
We like to introduce our newest sponsors of the Antler Sports Network over at Pelshey Kia Tyler. Looking forward to a fantastic relationship with them. At the half, we'll actually hear from our friends over at Pelshey for our first ever Pelshey Kia Tyler Car of the Week. You can shop their new and pre-owned inventory online at any time over at PelsheyKiaTyler.com. Again, that's PelsheyKiaTyler.com. After the Dragons timeout, they have 1 remaining with 6:21 left to go in the half and facing a 4th down and 18. After an incompletion intended for Brown and a couple of penalties put him into this spot, they're going to go with an empty backfield. 5 out wide. Lockett looking, steps up in the pocket, winds it up, throw across the middle is in for Brown. Brown spinning, might not get, isn't going to get the first down, barely gets to the original line of scrimmage, and the turnover on downs is forced by the Wildcat defense. The initial tackle for Whitehouse was made by Lane Hooker, the wide receiver getting his hands dirty on the defensive side of the ball. As now Whitehouse will take over 1st and 10. Well, plenty of time to make something happen, but you don't want to leave this dynamic Dragon offense too much time to make something happen in their own right. It's 6:12 now remaining in the first half of play. As the all-white studded Dragons trot back onto the field. Ball's now at the 20-yard line as Whitehouse takes possession with their backs against the wall here. Green takes a snap. It's going to be a keeper. Tries to stiff arm his defender, but on the tackle, it's going to be, guess who, yet again, Braxton Jones. Jones already has his 3rd tackle of the game with 6 minutes remaining. Green's going to lose 1, making the result of the play 2nd down and 11. .545 and counting left in the first half. Green takes a snap. Looking, throw is hauled in across the numbers to Hooker. Hooker has space at the 50, crossing midfield, gets hauled down right at about the 40-yard line. And what started as a ball at the 20 is going to end up being a 40-yard reception as the Wildcats flip fields. Check that. They're going to mark him a yard short of the 50. Oh, excuse me, of the 40, making it at the 39. Williams on the quick handoff. Stutter steps, has room, makes one more man miss it. He's got room on the sideline, brought down at about the 20. That's going to be yet another first down. Gain of 11 there from Williams. And now this is the pace that the Wildcats want to keep on offense. The clock will stop as Williams gets out of bounds with 5:26. No, check that. Quick pitch across the middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. On the 19-yard touchdown reception is Braxton Jones. As Green wasted no time getting all those yards back as we take another replay at that touchdown. got off his man at the line of scrimmage, and the Wildcats strike yet again. Wow. I'd love to get a possible time of possession on that one, as the T-shirt catapult is located around the 30, and T-shirts galore for the Wildcat faithful. The kick is up over the band, through the uprights, and good, as our new score after the 20-yard touchdown catch. It's 14-0 Wildcats up here at home. We'll take a short break. Back in 30 seconds. This is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Pelche Kia, where tough never quits.
A circus is fun, but it's not something that you should have in your backyard. I'm thankful we chose Yosemite for our roof. It looks great. They did an amazing job. But I guess some people like the circus.
In a world filled with chaos and the unexpected, you can always count on Yosemite for your roofing needs. Isn't that right, Nancy?
Be sure to stay with us after the remaining 5 minutes and 22 seconds tick away for the HTO halftime refresh. We'll speak with Hunter Taylor to get some updated scores. We'll also hear from my friends at Pelche Kia for our first ever Pelche Car of the Week. All that and more in about 5.5 minutes on the HTO halftime refresh. We still got plenty of football left to be played after the 20-yard touchdown reception. It's now 14-0. The Wildcats now leading here at home. Benson looking to kick things back off. Not a lot of space to be in the football, maybe about 5 yards, and it's a pretty good knock on this ball. Kick is hauled in by Lockett, as Lockett gets rolled down right at about the 22-yard line. Check that, make it about the 24. And now the Dragons have a little bit of work to do with 5 minutes remaining. Still plenty of time to make something happen. Definitely not going to be able to get it all in one play. Although I definitely wouldn't put it past this Nacogdoches offense to get all these yards in one play. After the Micah Lockett carry, after the kick is good for about 3 yards. Ball to the 25-yard line, first down and 10. The Dragons looking to get things going now. Mikael Lockett in the gun now is going to be a handoff to Williams. Williams has space, has a good block upfield, breaks a tackle, but eventually gets rolled out at the 45-yard line. Gain of 25, and the clock will roll momentarily as the chains move. 5 minutes even remaining in quarter number one. No, excuse me, in half number one. Four minutes, 50 seconds now. Williams moving out as a receiver, empty backfield. Lockett standing at the 40 in the gun. Quick pitch and catch, looks on the outside. Pass was intended for Leadon, but incomplete, making it second down and 10. The route patterns by the Dragons have been almost picture perfect so far, as Lockett and his receiving corps is not able to get a connection on some of these beautiful passing routes. 4:44, all fours remaining. It's 14-7 Wildcats, the advantage here at homecoming. Nacogdoches has one timeout to use at their disposal. It's second down and 10. Ball still at the 45-yard line after the incompletion intended for Leadon. Here's Lockett. Lockett, hand off to Williams yet again. The sure hand gets to the outside, has space, turns, gets the first down and more. Has a gain of about 13. Doesn't get out of bounds, but the clock will stop for a couple seconds to move the chains, but not much longer after that. We're sitting at 4.5 minutes remaining in this one. First and 10. The Dragons, a steady dose of running the football as we would expect. And as we would expect, it's working like a charm. Quick option now. It's going to be a pitch to the outside now for Matthews. Matthews spins, gets tackled at about the 40. He's going to gain around 4. The initial Wildcat to bring him down after a herd of Wildcats followed was Peyton Blackman, the 6'1", 232-pound senior. That's a big dude. You don't have to have the best eyes in the world to tell that. After the short gain, it's going to be second down and 7. 40 ball on the 41. with 3 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the first half. 15 seconds on the play clock. Lockett has a running back. It's Matthews. Matthews also listed as a defensive back. A lot of Ironman athletes for both of these teams. Lockett looking. Quick throw high to the outside, right over the head of Calhoun. As Lockett put a little bit too much height on it, but kudos to Calhoun, even though the ball was a bit high, got some pretty good amount of air as we check the replay once again. Lockett just a tad bit too much on that one. Here's 3rd and 7. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Empty backfield now. Lockett takes a snap, immediately looks to his left, gets pressured, steps through, has a man across the middle. Holden! He caught it! What a grab by Tyrann Matthews! Already a great contender for our New York Pizza and Pasta Tyler slice of greatness after the Lockett throw. Wow! Was immediately pressured, Lockett, by Franklin. Fantastic throw, and even better catch by Matthews. Torres was all over him, but just couldn't get the shoe to fit on defense. Now it's 1st and goal. Nacogdoches with 3 minutes, knocking on the door of 6 yet again. It's going to be a handoff to Williams. Williams cuts across, dives to the end zone, touchdown, Nac. 4-yard touchdown run for Williams. And they say there's only a few things guaranteed in this world: death, taxes, and a Williams Dragon run. As we take another look at it here, now making it a 1-point game, barring the PAT. It was all Williams majority of that drive, as now the Dragons look to tie this thing back up with Martinez, the lefty, looking to knock this thing away. The snap is bobbled, but eventually, thankfully, gets brought down about the 10. So Martinez won't have an opportunity, but the Dragons still strike. After the 4-yard touchdown run from Williams, it's a 1-point affair. Whitehouse 14, Nacogdoches not too far behind with 13. Back in 30 seconds. It's Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Pelche Kia Tyler, where tough never quits. After the 4-yard Williams touchdown run, we'll go to our Hunter Taylor yet again for some East Texas scores after this kickoff. The score is still sitting at a close game, but could have been tied. Right now it's Whitehouse 14, Nacogdoches 13. After the snap and hold was a bit muffed, Martinez wasn't able to get a PAT off, but Nacogdoches thankfully was able to fall back on it at the 10 and gives us our 14-13 score. Martinez this time boots it. Nice kick, plenty of distance. Going to be hauled in by the Wildcats inside the 5. On the catch is Stroud. Stroud has some open field. Turns, spins, gets brought down at about the 42-yard line. 37-yard return there from Gabe Stroud, the defensive back. That was a pretty good run, that some coaches would say, to try to let that thing go and maybe get a touchback on it. But Stroud initially took the kick at about the 4 and made something happen. And now some solid field position for the Wildcat offense as they face a 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line. 2:44 remaining in the first half. Whitehouse, the Wildcats with a 1-point lead, up 14-3. It's a quick handoff to the outside to Jackson. Jackson's got space, but it's immediately closed as the Dragons close in on Williams quickly. Tackle made by Connor McInnock. It's 2nd down and a country mile now. That last run is going to be a loss of 5. Result of the play in the TFL, 2nd down and 15. Check that, 2nd down and 14. Clock rolling, 2:15 on the game clock. 15 seconds on the play clock. Green in the gun, has a receiver in the slot and a back. He's going to keep it himself. Takes to the outside, but eventually gets speared. But not before Green could get a couple of yards out of that one. That gain of 2 was halted by a man with already 4 tackles in this one, Mr. Braxton Jones. That gain of 2 is going to make it 3rd down and 12. After the Green keeper. He's back in the gun. Tight end now moves to the left side of the formation. Green getting pressured, lets it fly in the flat. It's hauled in by Hooker. Hooker spins, gets maybe right about 10, and no, they're going to mark him short. No, check that. He got it. Gain of 11, moved the chains. 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats, and they rush back to the line of scrimmage. Green in the gun, might have caught the Dragon slipping on defense. It's a handoff up the middle, and he's going to gain 4 on that one. Wildcats rushing back to the line of scrimmage again. It's 2nd down and 6. Green looking left, winds up. Beautiful ball downfield, is snagged. Caught inside the 20. Pass is hauled in by Hooker as Hooker strikes again, but there is a flag on the far side of the field.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 5. Number 5 was covered up by an outside receiver and released downfield on pass route. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, 2nd down.
Wow. A big-time play is snatched from the jowls of the Wildcats as Hooker has to definitely be beating himself up now. It's 2nd and 12 after the penalty. Minute 14 remaining in the first half. Clock now instructed to roll. Nacogdoches only down 1, looking to hold up the Wildcat offense. Williams, the lone back. The tight end for the Wildcats, as usual, is Barron. Green looking, is incomplete. It's bobbled and dropped by Hooker. Hooker looking to make the big play yet again, but will have to settle for an incompletion. Great coverage in the flat by the Dragons makes it 3rd down and 12. 56 seconds left to go. Hooker has had an amazing night so far. Been the main receiving target for Green and the Wildcat offense. Let's see if they go to him again now on this 3rd and 12. Ball's at the 48-yard line, 56.6 seconds remaining left. Williams now the lone back. Fakes the handoff. Green looking to his right, looking right at Williams. He eventually gets it out. Check that. That's Ivan Lacey at running back. Lacey turns the corner, jukes to his left, has room, gets the 1st down, gets brought out of bounds. After the gain of about 15, might have stopped the clock if he got it out of bounds while still going forward, and he did. The Wildcats rushing back to the line. Big time ball for Green in the end zone. Touchdown! He pulls it in! What a play! With 38 seconds remaining. Wow! You want to talk about a play to leave you speechless, but there was a flag thrown in the end zone. As we take another look, we'll try to take another look.
1 by 18. Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 19, was covered up by an outside receiver and released downfield on a forward pass. While the ball was in the air, pass interference. Defense, number 21. By rule, those 2 fouls offset. Replay, 1st down.
Wow. Wildcat fans below us here in the booth in utter dismay. The Hooker touchdown catch wiped. Offsetting penalties make it 1st down and 10. Ball still on the 48. 38 seconds left to go. It's been a game of big plays already. Score remains 14-13. Whitehouse with the 1-point advantage and possibly 1 or 2 more shots down the field. Green looking, rolls to his left, Looking to go deep again. No, he tucks it and runs it. Gets thrashed right out about the 25. As on the hit is going to be Jones. Jones hits 4th tackle of the game. It looks like we have a timeout for the Wildcats. And it will be a 1-minute timeout. And we'll take it with them. The Wildcats definitely upset after that last touchdown from Hooker gets taken away. But still 29 seconds remaining to make something happen. The Wildcats 14, the Dragons 13. Braxton already setting up on the sideline for a possible field goal, and we're setting up for a break. Back in 30 seconds is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Pelshade Kia, where tough never quits. Back after the timeout here in the booth with Hunter Taylor. Our scoreboard and statistician for the night during the break had 4 words that I think most of us are having in our heads right now. Lane Hooker is good, to say the least. Already had a monster night. Both teams disperse. We're back. Now it's sitting on the 26-yard line. It's 2nd down and 5. Green with 4 receivers in a back. Looking to go deep. Cross the middle. Guess who it is in the end zone? It's Braylon Jackson. Touchdown Wildcats. The Wildcats had a touchdown taken away from them earlier. Got it back this time with the 26-yard touchdown completion to Jackson. Expands the Wildcat lead now to 7, barring the PAT. Now, here's the interesting part, because a successful PAT or not, still 23 seconds left, and Nacogdoches has 1 timeout in hand. The Braxton PAT is through the uprights, over the band, and good. And now it's decision time. Looking at that touchdown yet again. We got ourselves a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Current score, with 28 seconds remaining, Whitehouse 21, Nacogdoches 13. Back after this, 30 seconds. This is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, brought to you by Pelshade Kia in Tyler and PelshadeKiaTyler.com.
Everything. At Pelshade Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
We're back. Braxton teeing things off, ready to go yet again. After the successful PAT, score now 21-13 with 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Stay with us for the HTO halftime refresh. We'll have some local East Texas scores. We'll also check out our Pelshade Kia Car of the Week, the very first of many. Braxton kickoff, plenty of height, not a lot of distance. Hauled in now by Matthews at around the 20. Turns, spins. Gonna get a pretty good chunk of change on that run. Ball will be placed on the 34-yard line, and that's where the Dragons will take over 1st and 10. 19 seconds left. 1 timeout. Only 2 things going through your mind right now for the Dragons. Take 1 more shot downfield, or go with a conservative play, let the time run out, and just trot back into the locker room to get ready to regroup. Double back set now for Lockett. Lone receivers on the far side of the field. The formation disperses, and now Lockett with an empty backfield. And 5 receivers. 9 seconds on the play clock. Absolute prevent defense now for the Wildcats. Could be a little razzle-dazzle time, but incomplete. Pass intended for Leadon. Couldn't haul it in. Now it's 2nd and 10. 4 seconds of time ticking off. Now it's about just a hair over 15, or hair under 16, excuse me. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 34. Lockett, empty backfield. Looks, this time gets it to Williams. Williams turns the corner, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, but not before getting drug out of bounds at the 40 after a gain of 5. And I want to make it 3rd down and short with not a lot of time left. 8 seconds remaining. That tackle made by the Wildcats, number 33, Shane Rios. Rios with his 3rd tackle of the game on his own. On the 39-yard line after the gain of 5. It's 3rd and 5. 8 seconds flat remaining. The Dragons still have a timeout to spare. Williams the back, locking in the gun, peeping over to his left for possible changes at the line of scrimmage. 4 out wide, 1 on the short side of the field. Takes a snap, looking, gets it to his outside. It's hauled in by Russ, DJ Russ, as he gets brought down. Clock will roll, and that will do it. We've hit the halfway point. And it seems that Coach House wanted to get a timeout off, but both teams trotting back to the locker room and he won't get that timeout. After 2 minutes of play, we got ourselves a slugfest. Whitehouse 21, Nacogdoches 13. Back in 3 minutes after this timeout, and we'll have our HTO halftime refresh. But first, let's give our fantastic sponsors a chance at a message. This is Texas High School football on the Antler Sports Network.
At Tinsley Title, we're more than just a title company. We're your partners in securing your real estate dreams. Right in the heart of downtown Athens, our dedicated team guides you through every step of the title process. When you've found your dream home and you're ready to take the next step, that's where we come in. We've helped countless in Henderson County and surrounding areas, and we treat every single one of them like family. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a first-time buyer, your trust is our commitment. We're Tinsley Title, your partner every step of the way.
Drawing up the perfect insurance plan can seem like a daunting task in this financial climate. Tackle the task with Mike Munn State Farm Insurance. We have a triple threat of home, auto, and life insurance policies to fit any budget. You can even cover your furry friends with pet insurance. Call 903-561-4535 or visit MikeMunn.net to get started on a free quote. 903-561-4535 to get started on a free quote.
Hello, I'm Mike Munn with Mike Munn State Farm, where I've been your local agent since 1980.
Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply offers a complete approach to health and healing, providing prescriptions and medical supplies from one team who understands you and your lifestyle needs. Professional friendly service, providing the best care possible. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply introduces the U-Step Laser Walker, providing Parkinson patients new freedom. A laser line visually prompts each step so you walk normally and stay in control, preventing rollaways. Now available at Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply.
My name is Nathan Lemaster. I'm from Tyler, Texas, and here I have the Pill Puncher. This device, ladies and gentlemen, will help you get into pill packages very easily, sanitarily, and effectively. All you got to do is take the point, puncture the back, right there. Take the device, put it over the pill, like so, push it down, drops it into the reservoir, and there you go, folks. Why make this harder on yourselves? Save your fingers and get your Pill Puncher today.
Phillips, a salesman here at Pelche Kia and Tyler, and this is our car of the week, 2024 Kia Telluride. This is a 2024 EX X-Line Telluride, V6 all-wheel drive. It comes with our lift kit, our roof rack, and 20-inch Rhino wheels. It also comes with our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, a 5-year, 60,000-mile basic warranty, and a 3-year, 36-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. So on this one, we have our blind spot awareness on both mirrors. We've got our lane keeping assist on the steering wheel, and also our cruise control with adaptive stop and go that can keep you certain car lengths away from the cars you like in front of you. So in our front seats, we have our heated and our ventilated front seats. We have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay through the USB, and we also have the Harman Kardon surround system in this vehicle. There are 5 drive modes in this 2024 Telluride. We have Comfort, Eco, Smart, Sport, and Snow.
Hey guys, my name is Ginger. I work here at Pelche Kia Tyler. I'm the Funnager. Come see us here at 4818 Troop Highway or visit our inventory at pelchekiatyler.com.
It's game time!
I'm Lincoln Phillips, a salesman here at Pelche Kia and
At Tinsley Title, we're more than just a title company. We're your partners in securing your real estate dreams. Right in the heart of downtown Athens, our dedicated team guides you through every step of the title process. When you've found your dream home and you're ready to take the next step, that's where we come in. We've helped countless in Henderson County and surrounding areas, and we treat every single one of them like family. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a first-time buyer, your trust is our commitment. We're Tinsley Title, your partner every step of the way.
Drawing up the perfect insurance plan can seem like a daunting task in this financial climate. Tackle the task with Mike Munn State Farm Insurance. We have a triple threat of home, auto, and life insurance policies to fit any budget. You can even cover your furry friends with pet insurance. Call 903-561-4535 or visit MikeMunn.net to get started on a free quote. 903-561-4535 to get started on a free quote.
Hello, I'm Mike Munn with Mike Munn State Farm, where I've been your local agent since 1980.
Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply offers a complete approach to health and healing, providing prescriptions and medical supplies from one team who understands you and your lifestyle needs. Professional friendly service, providing the best care possible. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply. Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply introduces the U-Step Laser Walker, providing Parkinson patients new freedom. A laser line visually prompts each step so you walk normally and stay in control, preventing rollaways. Now available at Brick Street Pharmacy and Medical Supply.
My name is Nathan Lemaster. I'm from Tyler, Texas, and here I have the Pill Puncher. This device, ladies and gentlemen, will help you get into pill packages very easily, sanitarily, and effectively. All you gotta do is take the point, puncture the back, right there, take the device, put it over the pill, like so, push it down, drops it into the reservoir, and there you go, folks. Why make this harder on yourselves? Save your fingers and get your Pill Puncher today.
present the NHS twirling line, led on the field by senior twirler Trinity Caldwell, performing an exciting dance twirl routine to Eagle Ways. This concludes tonight's performance. The Nacogdoches High School Director of Band is Mr. Jacob P. He is assisted by Crispin Bradsher, Robbie Bell, Crystal Bradsher, Jessica White, Troy B., Blake Watson, and Carlin sponsor Gary Lumber. Thank you for your time.
Sarah Green, would you please report to the press box? Sarah Green to the press box, please. Ladies and gentlemen, for your continued halftime entertainment, Whitehouse High School proudly presents the Sweethearts of Whitehouse, the national champion First Ladies Drill Team. Leading the First Ladies onto the field, the officers from left to right, Officer Faith Avello, Officer Danielle Ham, Captain Allison Davis, First Lieutenant Carson Conaway, and Officer Lauren Tay. The First Ladies are hosting their annual Little Ladies Dance Clinic October 7th. You can find the registration link on the Whitehouse First Ladies Booster Club Facebook page. Our sponsors this week are East Texas Rent Homes, McCoy's Building Supply, Steel Roofing, Train, Holly Patterson Photography, and the Foltz family. Our First Ladies of the week are Cadence Campbell and Sophie Perry. The First Ladies would like to wish everyone a happy homecoming. Tonight, the First Ladies will perform a kick routine to shake it off. Let's hear it one more time for your First Lady. The First Ladies are under the direction of Nikki Whitley and assisted by Polly Chanel. Introducing now, the Whitehouse High School Majorettes. Tonight, the Majorettes will perform to the Imagine Dragons hit, Believer. Please help us congratulate Mr. Wade Russell and the members of the 22-23 Symphonic Winds for being named a commended winner by the 2023 Citation of Excellence Music Competition. Also, help us congratulate drum major Charles Moore for being named a semifinalist in the 24 National Merit Scholarship Program. And now, under the field direction of drum majors Avery Winfield, Charles Moore, and Haley James Wilson, ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning Whitehouse High School Wildcat Band in a performance of pride.
back here at the half as the Whitehouse Marching Band entertains us here at Whitehouse Wildcat Stadium, the house that Patrick Mahomes built. Getting a couple of scores across the East Texas landscape. Of course, yesterday, McKinney North taking down Tyler High by a score of 31-26. The other Tyler school, the Red Raiders of Tyler Legacy, 1 quarter away from getting their first win of the season. It's 17-7 over the Skeeters of Mesquite in the third quarter, staying within 6A. 40-21, Lufkin 14 at the half. Most of these scores at the half, including Longview and Lancaster in an offensive shootout. The Lobos over the Tigers, 31-21. The Tigers of Texas High up on the Bobcats of Hallsville, 16-7. Marshall over Pine Tree, 17-7. And of course, our score here: Whitehouse 21, Nacogdoches 13. Moving on to 4A now. The Tyler Chapel Hill Bulldogs, top ranked in the classification, are off. Spring Hill currently falling to Tyler Grace after holding a lead momentarily. The Cougars of Grace up 24-20 at the halfway mark. Walnut Grove in their first season out of Prosper ISD, currently down in the second quarter to the Buckeyes of Gilmer, 42-28. Moving on now, staying in 4A, the Vandals of Van in their district opener against the surging Brownsboro Bears. The Vandals with the 21-7 lead at the half. A game many people kept their eye on. Could the Bullard Panthers pull up the upset? Well, as of right now, not close to doing so. In the second quarter, the Bulldogs of Carthage up 24-7. Center continues to show why they're one of the most prolific offenses in the state, not just in 4A, up at the half against the Canton Eagles 43-14. The Bulldogs of Kilgore currently beating the Palestine Wildcats at the half 20-7. Lindale up on Henderson 29-7. Maybank down 10 against Waxahachie Live at 17-7. The Hornets of Athens up 20-7 over the Indians of Jacksonville. That game at the Tomato Bowl. Lumberton currently up on Tatum. The team that we saw last week defeat West Rusk is currently losing to Lumberton, the team that fell to Nacogdoches, ironically. That score is already in the third. Had an early kickoff of 6:30. Lumberton Raiders up on the Eagles of Tatum and head coach Whitney Keeling, 37-7. Harmony at the half blanking Hugh Springs. The Mustangs down 39-0. Hemp Hill up on Trinity 24-12 in the third. Elkhart blanking White Oak in a game that was very close last year. Not so close this go around. In the third quarter, the Elks up 26-0. Final couple of scores in the classification: West Rusk over ARP 28-7 at the half. Mineola up 1 point over Mount Vernon 21-20. Now, let's move on to 2A. Malakoff Crossroads, a team that we will be seeing as they take on Cayuga and the Battle of I-14. Currently losing to Italy in their district, currently falling to Italy in their district matchup they played yesterday. Italy getting the 45-14 victory. But how about those Cayuga Wildcats? They are currently, right now we're reporting a final. That game kicked off at 7. But right now it looks like Axtell defeated the Cayuga Wildcats by a score of 34-0. Going to try to get that score yet again. And finally, arguably the best team in all of 2A, the Timpson Bears up 39-0 over the Sandys of Grapeland at the halfway mark. When we come back, we'll take one more final timeout, and we'll get ready for second half action. Whitehouse up at the break. Back after this. This is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Pell Shea Kia Tyler. Work tough, never quits.
Give it everything. At Pell Shea Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
Once again at the half, right now Whitehouse up on the Dragons of Nacogdoches by a score of 21-13. Mere minutes remaining, both teams looking like they're ready to step back onto the field. And of course, this has pretty much been the half of the Whitehouse Wildcat receiving corps, all led by Mr. Lane Hooker. Hooker has already had multiple big-time catches already in this game. Just looking at some of the highlights, all of these highlights, contenders of our New York Pizza and Pasta Tyler Slice of Greatness play of the game. Of course, we'll have the contenders of that play of the game rolling throughout the rest of the broadcast, and we'll take one more look at the post game for possibly what could be our Yosemite Roofing Player of the Game. That is sponsored by Yosemite Roofing. Not only the GOAT of roofing, but the GOAT of the Antler Sports Network. Shout out to Nancy. Right now, as halftime nears an end and the sand starts to leave the hourglass, we have our own Jaquan Jones, a man that many of you may know on Facebook as the guy who has all the drone shots of almost every high school football stadium within a 200-mile radius. It's good to have another Jones in the booth. So why don't you tell us a bit about what you do when you're bound to East Texas and what brings you here tonight?
Well, what brings me here tonight is my daughter's brother is actually Braylon Jackson. So
wow, he's had a heck of a game.
Yeah,
family's got to be proud.
Yeah, so I come to videotape and take some pictures of his senior year of football, but also I have a love for photography. So since I have a love for photography, and I'm also a sports fanatic, they go hand in hand. So that's what brings me here tonight.
And nothing says football like East Texas high school football. They say football is king, and you're one of the many members to sit on the throne. What are your thoughts on this game so far? As we talked about, it's been the Lane Hooker show, but your own family, Braylon Jackson, he's definitely had his mark on his game as well. What do you like from the Wildcats so far as they step back onto the field?
Obviously, I'm liking the passing game. The passing game is looking real good right now. They're exploring the Nacogdoches defense, especially the secondary. Wish we could get the run game started. So it won't just be one-dimensional. Because if we become one-dimensional, it's not going to look too good.
Definitely not, especially against this Nacogdoches defense, who our Antler Sports Network viewers and listeners know even had Lufkin on their heels. Lots of Division I talent there. So the Wildcats pretty much, I would say it's their game to lose here. Nacogdoches, still plenty to play for, still plenty of time. Just those flags, that's been one major thing for both ball clubs. Multiple false start penalties. Do you think it's just first district game jitters, or what do you think is up? Maybe I'm missing something.
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question.
One of the many questions that have yet to be answered, and maybe we'll get those answers with the beginning of the second half. Finally, would you like to plug your social media? Where can we find you?
You can find me at J Jones Photography and Film on social media, or you can just go to my personal Facebook page, Jaquan Jones. You can see all my work, and you can book if you need sports, real estate, or even lifestyle photography or video.
Might have to get you to take a couple of business photos for the Antler Sports Network. Of course, thank you for spending a couple of moments with us. I know you have to get down on the field. I know you're looking forward to that trek down the bleachers and back on the sideline. But thank you for all you do, not only for the network, but for good old-fashioned Texas high school football. Always a pleasure to speak with fellow entrepreneurs. All right, we'll take one more timeout. When we come back, second half action. Nacogdoches be able to pull things back in and bring it back to a tie or even game. We'll find out. 30-second timeout. This is Texas high school football.
A circus is fun, but it's not something that you should have in your backyard. I'm thankful we chose Yosemite for our roof. It looks great. They did an amazing job. But I guess some people like the circus.
In a world filled with chaos and the unexpected, you can always count on Yosemite for your roofing needs. Isn't that right, Nancy?
Benson ready to kick things back off for the Wildcats. This time, Nacogdoches is going to get the ball after winning the toss and electing to defer. They're going to be going from left to right on your respective device. In the all-white tops and bottoms, one of the cleanest uniforms the Antler Sports Network has seen this year. Whitehouse, as we've seen throughout this game, has been able to get things going through the air. Now can they force a stop on Nacogdoches' opening possession? Ball's going to be hauling at about the 20. Turning the corner after hauling in is going to be Leadon, as Leadon leads the Nacogdoches Dragon offense to their first offensive drive of the second half. First down and 10. Ball's going to be placed at about the 35-yard line. Check that. They're going to put it down at the 36. Only 5 seconds ticking away as the Dragons looking to avoid it going for back-to-back losses for the first time this year. Last week took on the top-ranked Chapel Hill Bulldogs. met the fate of the Dogs, falling 42-22. Here's Lockett in the gun, has Williams to back to his right. It's going to be a keeper. Lockett gets a bit of a push, not before he can gain around 4 yards. That's going to make it second down and around 6. Opportunity here for Whitehouse to slowly pull away in this game if they can get a big-time stop on this opening defensive possession. 11 and a half minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. Ball's down on the 39-yard line after the Lockett carry of 4. Lockett back in the gun, same formation. This time he hands it off to Williams. Williams drags a couple Whitehouse defenders with him. Flag gets thrown across the far side of the field by the head linesman. But Williams could possibly settle for a gain of about 4 more. As we look to the white hat as he stands along the numbers and we await the official call. This could be a big-time call for this Nacogdoches drive. Official still convening at about the 45-yard line. The Wildcats in their charcoal black tops, white bottoms.
There is no foul on the play against the defense for continuing to participate as his momentum carried him into the play after he had legally lost his helmet. The down count, third down.
So, pretty good explanation there by the head official. That carry is going to make it third down and 7. Lockett, empty backfield now. Whitehouse shifting their defensive front to their left. Lockett checking back sidelines. Got to get a move on. He's got 7 seconds on the play clock. Going to be a draw yet again, and Whitehouse stuffs him. That's going to be a loss of 2. Moves him back to the 40. And on the TFL, in the backfield, a gang of Wildcats. Initially led by number 35. That's Keelan Caldwell. And also number 60, Peyton Bryant. Going to give him a gain of 1, it appears to be. Now going to be 4th down and long. It seems like the Dragon offense is still on the field. 4th and 6, ball on the 40, 10-15 left in the third. Lockett takes the shotgun snap, make a little bit of razzle-dazzle, turn to the corner, the outside is leading. Leading's got space, check that, that's Brown. Brown reaches out, did he get the first down? Yes, he did. Move the chains. First down and 10 for the Dragons. Gutsy play call there by Coach House and company. A gutsy call that ended up being successful. And that's how you get back into games like this. You got to take a little bit of a risk. 10:07 remaining after the first down run. The Dragons' offensive drive continues. Quick substitution now as Brown takes a bit of a breather after the hard-fought gain of 7. Ball's on the 46. Lockett in the gun. Handoff, and eventually gets stuffed. That's going to be a loss of around 2, almost 3. That handoff was given to the running back, Trey Page. Didn't get anywhere. Check that, make that a loss of 3. Of course, if you're Nacogdoches, you want to give Williams a break. But how quickly do you want to try to get him back out there, especially since he's been the heart and soul of this offense so far for the Dragons? After the Page loss of 3, Lockett bobbles the snap, looking, throw is going to be hauled in by Williams. Williams gets stuffed, but not before gaining 5. And that'll make it third down and say about 8. Clock rolls, 9:23 left to go in this one. 4 out wide for the Dragons. Now make it 5 wide. Empty backfield for Lockett yet again. Whitehouse looking to bring the pressure on this 3rd and long. It's a bobble snap. Lockett, one-on-one ball on the sideline. No, incomplete. No flag. That pass was intended for Calhoun. In coverage for the Wildcats was Julius Sims. The incompletion brings up another 4th down. They've already converted 1 4th down in this drive. It was a reverse by Jalen Brown to get exactly 7 yards Let's see if they can make that same magic, but add another yard. Brown is back on the field. Receiver at the bottom of your screen. 5 out wide. Lockett working from the right hash. Immediately gets pressure. Looking. Throws it. It's across the middle. Guess who is Brown? And Brown gets the Nacogdoches first down. Move the chains as we cross the 9-minute mark. And he does it again. Nacogdoches converts on back-to-back fourth downs. And this is what you need to see if you're into the offensive coaching staff for the Dragons. 8:51 as the clock rolls after the chains move. After yet another completion, that time Brown, that last catch was good for 12. Williams back in at running back for the Dragons. After the completion from Brown makes it 1st and 10. It's going to be a keeper for Lockett. Lockett gets thrashed. Big time hit there by the Wildcats in the backfield. We take another look at that. It's going to be no gain. Result of the play is going to be 2nd down and 10. They faked the handoff, and Whitehouse was able to read it quickly. Ball will remain at the 36-yard line. 8 minutes, 2 seconds in quarter number 3. 21-13. The Wildcats with the advantage here at home on homecoming. Lockett, empty backfield. Looking left, steps up, throws it incomplete. Pass was intended for Williams, but for the Wildcats, not too far in tow was Mark Torres. Lockett gazes to the far side sideline, awaiting the call. His Dragons facing 3rd and 10 after the incompletion intended for Williams. 7:51 left to go in the 3rd. The formation breaks. Now 5 wide empty backfield again for the Dragons. High snap. Lockett corrals it. Steps up to his right. Crosses the hashes. Has a man across the middle but gets crammed. And a flag is thrown. As we take another look at the completion, the flag is still down as soon as LJ Leadon caught the pass, he was immediately hit. Could be possible either illegal man or receiver downfield or an eligible player downfield. That's definitely something we've seen all night long for both of these teams. With 7:43 left, here's the call.
Holding offense, number 4. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
Check that. That may be even worse there for the Dragons. Now it's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 20 after the call. And at one point, if you're head coach Darby House and the rest of the offensive coaching staff for the Dragons, at one point, do you just run out of tricks in the bag, I guess you could say? I already pulled out the 4th down conversion with the reverse to Brown. Now Lockett again with an empty backfield. Rolls out, looking to his left, sees pressure. Crosses midfield. Pump fakes twice. Turns the corner. Gets to about the 40, but he gets pushed out of bounds. Big time hit was laid down by Peyton Blackman, as Blackman was pretty much step for step with Lockett. As soon as he took the snap and decided to roll out, Lockett seemed like he might have had a little bit of space. Had his running back Page on the outside, well, right in front of him across his left, about the 40. Looked like he tried to pump fake and maybe direct him into open space, but couldn't get to him. 4th down, 7:22 remaining. The offense back on the field. Trying to get the Whitehouse defensive front to jump, but no dice. 4 seconds on the play clock, and it looks like Nacogdoches will take a timeout. Their first charge time out of the half, and we'll take it with them. As right now, Nacogdoches with a big opportunity on their hands. Currently down to the Whitehouse Wildcats. Score, Whitehouse 21, Nacogdoches 13. Back after this break, this is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, brought to you by Pelche Kia Tyler, where tough never quits. After the timeout, both teams come back onto the field, and the Dragons facing 4th and 20. Check that, make it 4th and 15. Ball's on the 41. Lockett, empty backfield. One receiver to the short side of the field. The rest on the wide side. Takes a snap. Steps up in the pocket. Looking, the pocket collapses, and he is brought down. Turnover on downs after gaining a yard on the run. On the sack for the Wildcats was Tyler Lacombe. Lacombe's already played plenty of running back and maybe might play some quarterback as he's already taken a couple snaps, but right now he's making big plays on defense, forcing the turnover and giving Whitehouse prime field position with 7:17 remaining in quarter number 3. The Wildcat offense trots back onto the field, led by the electric tandem of Josh Green and Lane Hooker. Whitehouse wasting no time. Already set. Taking the snap. Looking. It's going to be a direct carry, and Green's only going to gain 2, making it 2nd and 8. Check that. They're not going to give him 2. I thought he definitely gained 2 on that carry. Well, I'm going to give him a gain of 1. 7 minutes remaining. Clock still rolling. Hooker on the bottom of your screen. Green in the gun. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Lacombe yet again. Lacombe breaks his space, has a little bit of room, crosses the 50, and is going to be down at about the 45-yard line. Check that. Make that the 44. That's a gain of 12. The Wildcats already back at the line. They hand it off to him again. He's going to gain a 1, and not much more than that. Nacogdoches saying not today, trying to slow down this Wildcat attack. Quick substitution now as Lacombe comes out. Williams will check back in. Jaron Williams, that is, the 6-foot, 172-pound senior running back. With his gray gloves and gray shoes with a white trim. Green back in the gun. A tight end and a slot receiver. That tight end moves from the right to the left of the formation now. Quick snap. Going to be handoff to Williams. Williams barreling through. Still has some running room. And he's going to gain a solid pickup of about 8. Wildcats knocking on the door. It's 3rd and short. And now it's going to be a first down. That's a gain of 6. Williams, 3 straight big-time runs. And the Wildcats looking like they're not stopping anytime soon. 5:44 and counting left to go. The scoreboard can't even keep up to try to put where the ball is on, but not before Williams eventually gets brought down by Andrew Rogers. Rogers gets him right at the line of scrimmage. That's his 5th tackle of the game. He already has 2 tackles for loss and a sack. Quick substitution now for the Dragons. Checking in now for the defensive front is going to be Leon Vengus, the senior. Another substitution now for the Dragons. Also checking in is going to be Atlantis Sessions. After the no gain, it's 2nd down and 10. 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Ball's on the 17. Man in motion. It's Hooker. It's going to be a throw back of the end zone. Touchdown! Hooker, 17-yard bomb. The Wildcats strike again. This time, it's Ivan Lacey getting it done as we try to take another look. Trying to see if he even had to toe tap because Green pretty much gave him a perfect pass, so I won't be surprised if he didn't have to. Either way, the 17-yard touchdown is hauled in. Awaiting the hold for the PAT is Benson. The snap, the kick is through the uprights, over the bend yet again on top of the field house. Look out, roofing. It's good. And speaking of roofing, we like to give a shout out to Yosemite Roofing as they will be helping us with our player of the game. But first, we still got plenty of ball left. Whitehouse Wildcats after the touchdown, currently up 28-13 on the Dragons. This is a presentation of Texas High School football brought to you by Pelche Kia Tyler and PelcheKiaTyler.com. We're tough, never quits. This was the play that set it all up. The big-time throw into the end zone. In for Ivan Lacey. And that gives us our current scoreline of the Wildcats 28, the Dragons 13. Kickoff is going to be hauled in by Matthews. Matthews turns the corner, has some open space. Great Hezzy steps back, gets it about the 45, and a prime field position yet again for the Dragons as they still got plenty of fight left in them, now facing first down and 10. While we have this short break, let's check back in with Hunter Taylor. Hunter, you got some East Texas scores for us?
We have definitely had some score changes going on now. Longview, who was down by 7 in the second, now beating Lancaster 38-21. Going along with Tyler beating Mesquite 31-14, and still a close game going on between Forney and Lufkin at Forney 21, Lufkin 14.
Thank you, Hunter. Here we go now. This is what we expect to see from the Dragons. 4 receivers pretty much in a trapezoid formation as Lockett takes a direct snap, carries it. He's going to get about 2, but not much more than that as the Wildcat defense is there yet again. One thing about this Dragon offense that you can always expect is elaborate, sneaky schemes. We've seen it pretty much all evening long. The passing route combinations and trees have been able to get them open downfield. Just that Whitehouse pressure has limited their opportunities. After the 2-yard rush from Lockett, it's second down and 8 to go, 4:18 remaining. Williams in motion, runs across Lockett's face, and now takes the wheel. Big time, stiff arm, another stiff arm, still going, still dragging multiple defenders with him. What a big time run from Williams. As we check the replay here, might need a calculator to see how many tackles he broke. Lockett, great job being patient as Williams gets one stiff arms another, breaks the same tackle, and gets rushed out of bounds or rolled out of bounds to move the chains. Williams, as we expect, already a man possessed as he gets a much-needed break. That man has been showing his tail this game. 3:45 remaining in the third quarter. Whitehouse still up 28-13. The Dragons marching down the field. Lockett with Page has his back to his right in the gun. Hands it off to him. Page bursts out of the backfield. Running. Think he got the first down, and he did. Gain of 11. Move the chains. Page, pretty much a yin and yang to Williams. Williams is known for the power. Page is known for the speed. As now Page will check out, and Tyler Matthews will check in. After the chains move and the clock will roll, 3:20 remaining in the third. The Dragons with 3 timeouts. Ball is now sitting at the 30-yard line. The Dragons going from left to right on your respective device. Lockett has Matthews to his right, 3 receivers. They're going to give it to Matthews. Matthews puts his head down, ducks through his offensive lineman, gets a pretty good push, but only to gain 1. As Matthews, with his first rush of the game, only gets 1 yard and makes it 2nd and 9. Let's take another look at that big-time Williams run off of the catch from Lockett. As Williams pretty much just imposing his will throughout this game. One stiff arm and another stiff arm for the huge gain to set up this current possession. 2nd and 9 now. Lockett, strike across the middle, incomplete. And a flag is thrown. Whitehouse already not happy about the call. Noah Lindsay showing his dismay as we look to see what the possible culprit could be. Possibly a pass interference. It's a 50-50 call if I've ever seen one, especially the way we've seen pass interference calls made at almost every level. The officials talking things over.
Ball was in the air. Pass interference. Defense, number 7. By rule, the ball be placed at the spot of the foul, as this foul occurred less than 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
I want to give a quick shout out to the referee. Wasn't able to speak with him prior to the game. But there's definitely a Tyler officiating crew. I can tell you that. White has been pretty much explaining every call. Can't blame him for that one. Always want these young men to learn more about the game. As the option pitch from Lockett is given to Matthews. Matthews gets brought down. Ball comes loose. Does Whitehouse have possession? I would say no on first glance. Either way, the chains will move, and that's exactly what will happen. First down and goal for the Dragons. As Whitehouse is bringing out the big boys, the buffet busters as I like to call them. 2:12 remaining. It's still 28-13. Nacogdoches looking to punch it in here. After the Matthews gain of about 7, it's now 1st and goal. 2 minutes remaining. It's a handoff to Williams. Williams sidesteps, gets knocked over. Gains 2, and now it's 2nd and goal. Multiple Wildcats on the tackle. The first one to get there was Peyton Blackman yet again. I form now. Williams rushing, but gets brought down. No gain. Tackle made at the line of scrimmage by Hayden Ross. His 2nd tackle of the game, and arguably his most important tackle of the ball game. We've crossed the 1.5 minute mark. It's a big 3rd down. Nacogdoches needing this score to keep within striking distance. Whitehouse needing a stop to have an opportunity to extend their lead. Minute 14, substitutions being made for both teams now. 14 seconds on the play clock. Williams is back as the receiver. As the lone running back. One receiver on the far side of the field. It's a handoff. No, it's a keeper. Lockett spins. Still up, and he gets spun down. Loss of 1 for Lockett. On the tackle yet again with his 2nd tackle of this goal line stand is Hayden Ross. 4th and goal now for Nacogdoches. 42 seconds left in the quarter. Wildcat fans are on their feet. Now an empty backfield for Lockett. 5 out wide. 15 seconds on the play clock. Trying to get the Whitehouse defense to move, but frozen solid. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. 23 on the game. Lockett puts a man in motion. That's Williams going from left to right. Fade ball. Back of the end zone. No! It's incomplete by the flag. Opportunity for Whitehouse to get out of the drive alive. Squandered. Lockett with a picture-perfect throw out of the back of the end zone. Gabe Stroud getting his 2nd pass interference penalty of the game. And after the penalty, we will start from square one. 1st and goal. Now, the Dragons will have a fresh set of 4 opportunities at the 2-yard line. Jumbo set now for both teams. Handoff to Williams. Williams gets hit, gets to push into the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. No flags. 2-yard touchdown rush. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Dragons. As a big-time block was given by his offensive lineman and number 99, Andrew Rogers. We've seen Rogers throughout this game be a force on defense. How about a force on offense? Get your lineman that can do everything, folks. 9.5 seconds left, and the Dragons are going for 2. Handoff to Williams again. He skips through. No, just short. But Nacogdoches strikes yet again. 9.5 seconds remaining in quarter number 3, and the fireworks continue to fly in Patrick Mahomes country. 3rd quarter, 9.5 seconds. Nacogdoches strikes, but still down to the Whitehouse Wildcats by a score of 28-19. Back in 30 seconds. This is Texas High School football on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Pelche Kia and PelcheKiaTyler.com.
Give it everything. At Pelche Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
Welcome back to Texas High School football on the Antler Sports Network. Tomorrow we have early college football, as we're back in the DFW at Crowley ISD Multipurpose Stadium for a top 25 NAIA matchup, as the 13th ranked Texas Wesleyan University Rams, hailing from the Sooner Athletic Conference, take on the 23rd ranked top of the Sun Conference St. Thomas University Bobcats from Miami Gardens, Florida. Kickoff at high noon Central. Pregame with myself and Jimmy the St. Christopher, and the first and 10 pregame show with head coach Joe Prudhomme at 11:30 Central. Kick from Martinez takes a bounce at the one. It goes out of bounds for a touchback. And while we do that, let's take another look at the touchdown run from Williams that kept the Dragons in this game. First off, it all started with the pass interference call from Stroud. And after that, it was pretty much easy does it for the Dragons, doing what they do best, punching the ball into the end zone. Big-time blocks and another big-time run from Williams to give us our current score. Whitehouse will go to work on offense. First down and 10 on the 25-yard line after the touchback. Green and company already back in the gun. Keeper, Green, gets to the outside, has a block, cuts across the middle of the field, gets tackled at about the 40, and that's going to be a gain of 15 to move the chains. Whitehouse already in their high pace, and that will do it. 12 minutes remaining in this one. Still plenty of football left to be played, but Nacogdoches has to get a move on. Who will come out with a victory to open up the district year? We'll find out and get answers after this 30-second timeout. 3/4 of football down. One more to go. It's Whitehouse 28, Nacogdoches 19. Back in 30 seconds, this is Texas High School Football on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Pelche Kia of Tyler. Work tough, never quits.
A circus is fun, but it's not something that you should have in your backyard. I'm thankful we chose Yosemite for our roof. It looks great, they did an amazing job. But I guess some people like the circus.
In a world filled with chaos and the unexpected, you can always count on Yosemite for your roofing needs. Isn't that right, Nancy?
During our post game, we'll check out our New York Pizza and Pasta Tyler Slice of Greatness play of the game, and we will salute our Yosemite Roofing player of the game. Start of the fourth quarter. First down and 10 after the green run at the end of the half or the end of the quarter. It's a handoff for no gain. Given to Lacombe. Yeah, they'll give him no gain. Stuffed. And will stay at the 40-yard line for second and 10. Minute 35 left in this contest. It's going to be a keeper. Green shifts to his left. Has space across the middle. Has room at the 50, 40, 35, 30. Gets jerked down at the 30-yard line. And immediately running back to the line of scrimmage to reset the ball and get in their hurry up. The touchdown-saving tackle for the Dragons was made by Michael Lockett. First down and 10. Quick snap. Lacombe takes the handoff. He's going to gain 3, but nothing after that, making it second and 7, and now the Dragons have an opportunity to breathe. Seems that we have 2 players down, one for both the ball clubs. This seems like a good old-fashioned cramp. And as they get tended to, we'll take a break. 11-11 left to go. 30-second timeout we will take after this. This is East Texas Football on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Pelche Kia. Lacombe, the injured Wildcat, hopefully it was just a nasty cramp, as they definitely need him to continue out this game. As now both players for both teams seem to be okay, and we're back up and running. 2nd down and 7. 11-11 left to go in the 4th. Ball's on the 28-yard line. The Wildcats going from left to right. Josh Green, the 6'1", 195-pound senior quarterback, having himself a game. And it looks like Nacogdoches got a timeout right on time. And indeed they did. Nacogdoches taking their 2nd timeout. They'll have one more to work with to finish off this game. Will that timeout help them win this game? We'll find out in about 11 or so minutes. But first, let's take a 30-second timeout to allow our fantastic sponsors a chance at a message. This is Texas High School football on the Antler Sports Network, presented by Pelshake Kia.
Give it everything. At Pelshake Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
As both teams come out after the Nacogdoches timeout with 10:55 remaining in the 4th quarter, we'll get a quick update from our own Hunter Taylor in a moment now. Double back set for the Wildcats is going to be a keeper. Green barrels his way forward, but immediately gets stuffed right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Initial hit made by Braxton Jones. As we've seen pretty much this record play time and time again. And check that, looks like they're going to say Green lost a yard. Clock rolling, 10:43 remaining in the 4th. Ball is right at the 28-yard line. We've now hit 10.5 minutes. Williams backing it, running back to Green's right. One slot receiver on the far side of the field. And it looks like now the Whitehouse Wildcats will take a timeout. And, why not? Let's take one with them. Back in 30 seconds is Texas High School football on the Antler Sports Network. We'll be back after these messages.
A circus is fun, but it's not something that you should have in your backyard. I'm thankful we chose Yosemite for our roof. It looks great. They did an amazing job. But I guess some people like the circus.
In a world filled with chaos and the unexpected, you can always count on Yosemite for your roofing needs. Isn't that right, Nancy?
After the timeout, 3rd down and 8, and while we have a brief moment, our Hunter Taylor has some East Texas scores. Hunter, what have you got?
Yes, it looks like we have the Forney and Lufkin game. Lufkin coming back from a 14-point deficit to tie it at 21 apiece. Tyler pulling away even more from Mesquite, being 34-14 going on there. And then Longview and Lancaster battling it out 38-28.
Almost starting to look like the first half of a basketball score. That's what we expect from two high-powered offenses. Speaking of high-powered, here's Green on the keeper. Gets the first down, looking for more turns. Still fighting. Rolls into the end zone, but he's going to be short. Ball came loose. Let's see what the officials rule it. Did he call him down, or Nacogdoches saying they have the football? And no, possession stays with Whitehouse. That Green carry is going to be good for 26, and now it's 1st down and goal. Green keeping it. He gains 1 yard, now making it 2nd and goal, slowly chipping away. 10 minutes remaining in this game. Whitehouse wasting no time. They hand it off to Williams. Williams gets stuffed. 2nd wind. Did he get through? Officials are standing at the 1. Both line judges converging. No, short. Ball still at the 1. No gain for Williams. It's 3rd and goal. Nacogdoches holding firm. 9:37 remaining in the fourth. If you're the Dragons, you have to think this is the most important defensive possession of the game. Got to get a stop here as we cross 9.5. Green to Williams. Williams punches his way through. Touchdown. As the run attack proves to be successful yet again for the Wildcats. Another look at that one as Williams with the 1-yard touchdown run. Now expand the lead, barring the PAT, 34-19. Awaiting the snap is Benson. The hold is good. The kick is up and good. After the PAT, the sand slowly starting to fall out of the hourglass as now Whitehouse holds the 35-19 advantage on the Antler Sports Network. Back after this is a presentation of Texas High School football presented by Pelche Kia Tyler, where tough never quits. After the Whitehouse touchdown, Nacogdoches with another opportunity to respond. Still plenty of football left to be played, however. 9:23 remaining as Benson teeing things up to get things going again. Benson taking a long stride about 10 or so yards back, looking to get all of this one. And he does. This one's going to sell well with inside the 5, almost at the 2 it gets fielded. Turning the outside corner, up the middle, has a little bit of space with room now is leading, crossing the 50, maybe one more man to beat. It's the kicker. He beats him at the 30, 25, 20, rolls out at about the 15, and a big-time return for the Dragons. Wow. The Dragons needed an electric start, and that's exactly what they got. As Leadon gets an amazing block, and the touchdown-saving tackle is made by Gabe Stroud. It's first down and 10. He took it at the 2. "81-yard kick return, setting up the Dragons for this first and 10. 9:10 remaining in this ball game. Williams back in at running back. One receiver on the short side of the field, 3 at the bottom of your screen. Here's Lockett. Takes a high shotgun snap, hauls it back in, quickly gets it to Williams. Williams is going to gain 2 and gets to the 15, making it 2nd and 8. No substitutions for both teams. We're going to grind this one out. 27 seconds on the play clock. After the carry, the clock rolls at 8:45 remaining. It's 35-19, Whitehouse with the advantage. 16 on the play clock. Quick switch now for the Wildcats on defense. Lockett, deep ball in the end zone! He caught it! What a catch in the back of the end zone! Touchdown, Jalen Brown! What a catch! That is catch of the night. I don't care what a single soul in this stadium says. Lockett with a picture-perfect throw, had Stroud on the inside, goes up top. Did he call it incomplete? No, he didn't. Just had to make sure. Wow. I am absolutely speechless. The 13-yard touchdown pass makes it 35-25. Lockett on the PAT. Throw across the middle. It gets tipped incomplete. Whitehouse holds firm, but not before the Dragons can spit a little more fire of their own. Right now, still plenty of time left in this one, especially if the Dragons are going to play offense the way they have. We'll take a short timeout. The Dragons still with life, back in 30 seconds. 35-25 on the Antler Sports Network. Taking a look at the Lockett touchdown throw. One word to describe it. Wow. That, to me, is already swooped up and taken the top spot for our New York Pizza and Pasta Tyler Slice of Greatness play of the game. After the unsuccessful PAT, it is a 10-point affair. We kick things back off. Onside kick opportunity. Do the Dragons have it? They got one against Lufkin. Can they go 2 for 2 on the Antler Sports Network on onside kicks? And they do! Another onside kick successful for the Dragons. That's the second time they've tried an onside kick on the Antler Sports Network, and the second time it's been successful. Call it luck, I don't know. 8:32 remaining. And the Dragons continue to have life. Nacogdoches with 1 timeout. Whitehouse with 2. The official center of the football. Ball is on the 47-yard line. Nacogdoches starting with solid field position, already in Wildcat territory. Williams not on the field. Calhoun goes from a running back to Lockett's right, now as a receiver. 5 out wide. Lockett looking, steps up in the pocket. Great patience. Drops the football, gets it back up, but isn't going to lose or gain a yard. It's going to be second down. Lockett did a great job of surveying the field and stepping up and avoiding pressure and getting himself into space to work. Just let go of the football and thankfully was able to hang on to that one. That could have been possibly game-saving. Clock rolling. 8 minutes remaining in this one. Second down and 10 after the pickup from Lockett. Ball still on the 47. Williams back in the game. The bowling ball of a running back standing to Lockett's right. Takes a snap. They hand it to him. Right down the right hash. And he's going to get a solid pick of about 6, and that'll make it 3rd and 4. If you're the Wildcat defense, you have to slowly have some form of fatigue settling in, especially with someone like Williams barreling down the field play after play in the rest of this athletic Nacogdoches offensive attack. Here's 3rd and 4. Lockett steps up, pump fakes, throws on his back foot, caught! Brown hauls it in, gets the gain of about 20, almost 20. As Brown is a bit slow to get up, but pops right back up, and he seems to be okay. It's 1st and 10. Clock will roll. 7 minutes even remaining. The Dragons still with 1 timeout. Williams is back in the game. Brown, the lone receiver at the bottom of the formation, right in the far left corner of your screen. Man in motion, they give it to Leadon. Leadon can turn the corner and have space. He does get slung out of bounds. That tackle was made by the Wildcats number 14, Mark Torres. Torres with his 5th tackle of the contest. 6:42 as the clock will stop. That's about a gain of 7, making it 2nd down and 3. Williams back on the field at running back. DJ Russ, Leadon, Williams, both Williams, and now Brown and out receiver. Lockett takes a snap, surveying the field, throw across the middle, got him in, touchdown Dragons. I'm looking for a flag, I see none, but I do see 6 as the Dragons convert yet again. Lockett, 16-yard touchdown pass is caught by Ty Williams. Welcome to the game, young man. His first catch of the game, his first touchdown of the game, and that makes it a 4-point affair barring the PAT with 6.5 remaining. Martinez can make it a field goal game, almost blocked, flag thrown through the uprights and good. As we await the flag, it's fair to assume that it could be a possible neutral zone infraction against the Wildcats, and I'm not a betting man, but I say that Nacogdoches is probably going to decline that if it is against the Wildcats. As how we have the call by the official at around the 15.
During the kick, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense, number 10, for forceful contact to a member of the offensive line from beyond 1 yard. That penalty will be enforced on the succeeding kickoff.
You heard the official, and right now, Nacogdoches is seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. After the touchdown throw from Lockett, Whitehouse has to respond, but we'll take a 30-second break on the Antler Sports Network. Nacogdoches, after the successful PAT, makes it 35-32. The Dragons still fighting. 6:36 remaining. After the unnecessary roughness penalty, Martinez will boot things off from the 45. Dribbling kick gets hauled in at about the 29. And Whitehouse now has a unique opportunity. You go ahead and score and make this thing a shootout, or you chop down as much clock as you physically can. Whitehouse has 2 timeouts. Nacogdoches with 1 remaining in tow. Both offenses have not struggled to gain yards either through the air and on the ground. The Green-Hooker connection has been fantastic. Let's see what occurs this drive. Here's Green, the keeper, gets hit. He's going to gain around 4. That'll make it 2nd and about 6, barring the official spot. Wildcats rushing back to the line. Hooker and Jackson, the far receivers. Only 1 receiver on the short side of the field, just to the outside of the numbers. It's 2nd and 6. It's a keeper. Green gets rolled and taken down. Gain of 1. Big time tackle made by Curtis Harris, the 5'11 senior, making the big time play. That's only good for a gain of 1. It's 3rd and 5. 5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the game. Biggest third down of the game for both of these teams. Can Nacogdoches get the stop? Green checking to his right to get the offensive play call. His head coach, Kyle Westerberg, in his 3rd season last year. 2 years ago went 2-8. Now looking to give the Wildcats another playoff berth. Passes complete along the side. Hauled in by Lane Hooker. If anybody was going to extend this drive, it was probably going to be Hooker, as he's had a fantastic game so far, and that game continuing after the completion. after the Hooker reception. That gain of 11. Ball right at midfield, 1st and 10. Green making some adjustments at the line. Hudson Barron, his tight end, is to his right. He hands it off to Williams. Williams stutter step, spins, getting drugged down, but out before gaining 7. Tackle immediately made by Josh Knepp. Knepp stayed with him from initial contact until he was eventually wrestled down. Result of the carry is now going to be 2nd and 3. 4:20 remaining in this one. Ball's on the 43-yard line. Whitehouse now taking every second they can. 10 seconds on the play clock. Green with Williams to his left. 1 slot, 3 receivers total. Takes the high shotgun snap. Hands it to Williams. Williams gets brought down, gained a yard. Once again on the tackle, Braxton Jones. Jones with his 4th tackle of the game. He has a sack and a tackle for a loss. Very great day for him on the defensive side of the ball. That gain of 1 makes it 3rd down and 2. Clock still moving. 3:40 remaining in the contest. Nacogdoches has to hold down the fort here on defense to keep this sudden run alive. District opener between 2 teams. Here's the keeper for Green. Green gets the 1st down, breaks a tackle, looking for more, gets brought down at about the 30. Gain of 11, and that'll move the chains. The Wildcat offense slowly marching down the field with 3 minutes left to go. These Wildcats have now been able to beat the Dragons in 2 years. The Wildcats haven't also won a district opener in 2 years. Looking to change that tonight with them being a mere 2:48 remaining. But the Dragons, they've been able to get stops in opportune times. Can they recreate some of that magic here? 5 seconds on the play clock. 2:38 remaining. Williams steps to his right, stutters, gains 4. That's going to make it 2nd and 6. Nacogdoches still with a timeout in hand. Whitehouse still has 2. 2 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. Martinez on the sideline for the Dragons, keeping his leg ready. We've now officially hit the 2-minute mark. It's crunch time. It's 2nd and 6. 3 receivers. Williams, the running back. They hand it to him. He gets taken down, but out before gaining 3. That tackle was made by the Dragons' Curtis Harris. We have ourselves a timeout caught by Nacogdoches. That's their last timeout. And we're going to keep it here. As right now the Dragons defeated Whitehouse in their last matchup, 34-23 at Dragon Stadium. Looking to carry some of that momentum into the district opener here. As both teams are taking a minute to get refreshed, you can get some refreshment across from Tyler Junior College at HTO, home with 27 freshly brewed flavors of teas and drinks to please any palate. Download the HTO app to earn rewards and build towards free tea. Happy hour every weekday from 2 to 4. Across from Tyler Junior College, HTO, your hometown drink stop and proud sponsor of the Antler Sports Network. As both teams come back onto the field, Hunter Taylor, you got some scores for us?
Yes, we have got 2 games that have just ended now. Pine Tree losing to Marshall 31-7, and Tyler defeating Mesquite 34-14.
Bo Trahan and his Tyler Legacy Red Raiders getting his first win of the season. Thank you, Hunter. Here's a quarterback keeper for Green. Green steps through, right up the 20. That's a gain of 4. That's a first down, and the clock will continue to roll. The passing attack helped the Wildcats build the initial lead to start the game. And now it's the other side of the coin to slowly chip time off of this clock. We've crossed into a minute 30 territory. The Wildcats taking every second they can. We're at a minute 17. Wildcats now in victory formation. Take the first knee. And maybe one more kneel away from Whitehouse doing something they haven't done in 2 years. And that's defeat not only their district opening opponent, but these Nacogdoches Dragons. We've crossed into the seconds. 45 seconds. The Whitehouse Wildcats averaging 45 points a game. Barely made that mark. Allowed 33. They allowed 1 point short of their average tonight. And they will separate and complete and withstand the might of the Nacogdoches offense. A very hard-fought effort by the Dragons, but just not enough time left on the clock. As the hometown band blares to my left, we have our final. Our final score from a hometown USA in Whitehouse. The Wildcats, as the final buzzer sounds, defends home turf at homecoming, holding off the Dragons. Your final score, Whitehouse 35, Nacogdoches 32. We'd like to thank our producer and scorekeeper and statistician, Hunter Taylor, our camera operator, Danny Wimpy, Nick Jordan, and Justin Jackson, our executive producers, and the rest of our fantastic Antler Sports Network crew, saying thank you and good night from Whitehouse, Texas. Once again, our final score, Whitehouse 35, Nacogdoches 32. Until tomorrow morning, so long, everybody. This has been a special presentation of the Antler Sports Network and Texas High School Football presented by Pelche Kia Tyler, where tough never quits.